right up the middle for a first down and then some. And there's that speed. He responds by throwing to Matthews, who throws down the field, and it is caught. Karen going to throw, and wide open is Graney. St. John's Prep.
Wow.
And intercepted by Anthony Caruso. Looks in the end zone, trying to escape the pocket, throws, he's got a man. Bland breaks the tackle at the 25, and look out. Inside the 10, the 5, touchdown Exeter. The Lancers Ogden to the air, jump ball, pulled in. The standing motion, this time it's held left side. He finds the end zone. Handoff for Batstone, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown. Handoff Isaac trying to get to the edge, and he's got a first down and then some. On off, left tackle, plenty of room. One touch to the 15, got his eye on the end zone, and he gets there for the touchdown. Right side help, gets around Caruso, hit at the goal line and in. Aaron rolls right, throws, and he's caught by Grady for the touchdown. Eyes downfield, gonna plant, gonna fire. Looking into the end zone, Dylan! Well, hello everyone, and welcome here to Exeter. Nick and Astis, Steve Beals with you, getting set for our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Londonderry and Exeter set to square off in this 2024 Division I semifinal. Both teams considered as two of the best programs year in and year out statewide. Only one ticket available to next weekend's championship round. Exeter, the home team, the number 2 seed. They ran the table during the regular season, and that included a Week 9 win over Londonderry. 21-10 was that final score. They earned the 2nd seed in this tournament, had a first round bye, and then took care of a stubborn Memorial team last weekend, 33-6. Londonderry on a quest for their 5th trip to the championship game in the last 6 seasons. 6-2 during the regular season, a 7-2 overall record, and a first round bye as well as the tournament's number 3 seed. They dispatched Nashua South a week ago. 28-13 was that final. So Steve, as we know, rematch in this one could go either way.
No doubt about it, Nick. It is great to be here with you this afternoon, Nick. Coming off of last night with Pinkerton, moving on to the championship game next week with a big win, 27-13. And just a terrific performance. Bedford fought like Bulldogs to try to get back in that game. And here we are today with two teams that just got through defeating last week in the quarters. Two very good teams in Memorial, Nick. And, it's just with Exeter, start there with Memorial. Just a big win from them. You know, it's hard to beat a good team twice, but Exeter beat them by even more and more resoundingly. So I think this Exeter team is as good an Exeter team as I've seen in a long time. Blue Hawks just firing on all cylinders right now, appear to be very healthy. Looking good there. And how about Londonderry beating South last week? South was, up on the top, went undefeated for I believe 7 games before they finally lost a game that we saw there. Defeated some good teams, and then Londonderry defeats them by multiple touchdowns, Nick, and just ran away with it. Going to be a good contest today. This is a great weekend. I think Coach O'Reilly said it best. The best 4 teams are left in the finals. Now there's 3, and there'll be 2 by the end, Nick. Going to be a great game. Looking forward to it. One thing you want to watch right now, looks like the weather is going to clear, so all the offensive strategy is on the table, which is going to be a good thing in this game, I think.
It's been a wet 48 hours. The turf field here is still a little damp as the players are introduced to this growing crowd. 45 degrees, heavy winds perhaps in the forecast as well. Coming up, national anthem, coin toss, and then the kickoff at the top of the hour. It's Londonderry and Exeter coming up next. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include discount tickets, cards, and calendar raffles to hundreds of local merchants throughout the New England area. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Colonial Printing is family owned and celebrating 50 years of quality print services for New Hampshire businesses and can help yours as well. Whether it's creative design, digital or offset printing, or banners and signs, with state-of-the-art technology, unlimited industry sources, and the ability to think outside the box, Colonial Printing will help you get your job done. To see their full list of services, promo products, and portfolio, or to request an estimate, visit colonialprintingnh.com. That's colonialprintingnh.com. Well, welcome back here to Exeter, closing in on the opening kick. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. We are broadcasting in conjunction today with the NFHS Network. We just heard the national anthem while we were away. Great job by the Exeter Marching Band, setting the tone here on this damp and windy November afternoon. Londonderry hoping to get to the championship game for the fifth time in the last 6 seasons, in the hunt for their first championship since 2021. Exeter, they were last in the final 5 years ago, back in 2019. And as you alluded to, Steve, Pinkerton, with a win last night over Bedford, they're back in the championship round for the first time in 6 years. I misspoke last night on the broadcast. They were actually in the 2018 title game as well as 2017. So it's been a little while for Pinkerton, but they are back. And, of course, these two teams hoping to have the opportunity to battle the Astros in next Saturday's Division I championship.
Absolutely, Nick. You know, it's always, it's good weather when John's got his RoboCam out there at center and is getting some good interior views there of the coin toss. So great to have that back on the field. No way we could do that last night. So the weather is going to cooperate. It's going to be a real interesting start, Nick. I'm very interested specifically. I mean, I think we've got a pretty good idea, Coach Ball. It's about you know what we're going to do, but we're going to execute so well you're not going to be able to stop it. And for the most part this year, actually in every game, they've been able to accomplish that. On the Londonderry side, Coach Lozon, we were talking about on Gridiron the other night, has a lot of different offensive sets that he can use, but he integrates them extremely well. It'll be really interesting to see what, through film, he and his staff feel that they can accomplish against the Blue Hawks. So pretty close to getting underway here, Nick. But one of the things for sure, the fans have turned out here, and they're still flowing in big numbers. Great to have good weather for this show.
Yeah, we expected a big crowd, and we are going to get it for sure. You can see folks starting to line up behind the end zones, along the fences. Londonderry has brought their fan base with them. That includes the student section and the band. Lancers are set to receive the opening kick. Exeter won the coin toss, and longtime head coach Bill Ball has deferred to the second half. So we should see the Lancer offense hit the field momentarily. Exeter in their home blue jerseys, navy blue. And, of course, Londonderry in their road whites. 45 degrees, overcast skies, a bit of a breeze, and, again, some potential serious wind gusts may be in store for later on this afternoon. All right, Londonderry is going to send their return team onto the field. The back end is a little unique. It's kind of a diamond formation.
It really is.
Carson Palmer, the senior, is the man way back with his heels near the goal line. Exeter's kicker is Alex Mercedes, the 6'1" sophomore. He's going to swing the right leg, and we are underway here in Exeter. And that is a very deep kick, lands in the back of the end zone. It's a touchback, and Londonderry will bring out the offense. 1st and 10. We get our first look at the Lancer quarterback. That, of course, is the 2-year starter, senior Sam Ogden, listed at 5'10", 175 pounds. He was one of the finalists for the Ukeka Player of the Year award. That list has been narrowed down to just 3 players, with one of the Exeter linebackers still standing in contention for that award. That's Daniel Batstone. We'll call his name, I'm sure, a number of times this afternoon.
Terrific condition, great work ethic, extremely intelligent football player.
And meanwhile, the flag is going to fly before the first snap. So a penalty already, as we hear from referee Jason Patch.
I couldn't read it. Was that a legal motion?
Well, it's a 5-yard penalty against Londonderry. So not the start that Coach Lozon was hoping for. It's going to be 1st and 15.
Especially with a good cover by the Blue Hawks to pin them way in deep.
So they'll start from their own 15. Ogden in the pistol. Adrian Cruz is the junior tailback. He'll take a toss to his right and gets stuck at the line of scrimmage. A blue wave meets him at the edge, led by Charlie Dulac, one of 2 Dulacs on the Exeter roster, the 5'11" senior, with a big tackle early at 2nd down and 15.
Charlie came in juiced up there, Nick. Busted his way through the block, got great separation, met him square in the backfield. This is not the start that Coach Lozon was looking for, Nick, for sure. Defense looking very motivated, specifically defensive line doing a great job.
2nd and 15, Ogden on a quarterback keeper looking to get around the corner, and that's not going to happen. There is Batstone. Got him below the knee. It'll bring up a quick 3rd and 15.
Well, this defense, Nick, has done it all year long. If you look at the points against, it's not many throughout the season. They've done a terrific job. They've got that same flow to the ball that we saw Wyndham, Nick, have before, throughout the season. They just flow extremely well. Nobody ever tackles alone for more than a split second, and there's support there. And that's just, how this defense is trained. But those 4 guys up front have been terrific all season, and they're looking strong to open the game.
3rd down at 15, Ogden under center. Fakes the pitch, rolls right. Eyes downfield, going to tuck and run. He's got some room at the 20, and he's going to make the 23, but still well shy of that 1st down marker. An 8-yard carry on 3rd and long, and now a 4th down and 7.
Yeah, you're going to see a little mistake there by Colby Walden, Nick. He was his lead blocker. Ogden was waiting for him to commit to that block. Didn't happen here. Watch. He turns around, comes around the other side, and he wants to get out in front of that. Walden's got to sprint to that block. That way Charlie can work off it. Ogden can work off of it. And they missed an opportunity there.
4th and 7.
They did get a little bit of extra field to kick from.
Alex Villa from his own 12-yard line takes a waist-high snap. Gets off a wobbly punt. It's going to bounce near midfield, take a roll into Exeter territory. Before it's down near the 45-yard line. So Coach Ball will take that. Crowd likes it. Defense forces a 3 and out. And Exeter with great starting field position here. 1st and 10 from the Blue Hawk 45.
Well, if that's any indication of where this team is and emotionally the Blue Hawks are ready to play defensively, we're going to see this offense go at it, Nick. I got to tell you, this offense is as sound and strong as I've seen any Exeter team for quite a few years. To me, they're the strongest. Straight
T formation. It's the base offensive look. Michael Caron is the senior quarterback. Handoff right side for his classmate Jack Kavanaugh. Not going to get much. Tackled off a right tackle out of the secondary to make the stick is Javion Teeter, who recovered a fumble last week in the quarterfinal victory against South. It's a 2-yard carry for Kavanaugh that brings up a 2nd down and 8, nearly 3 minutes into the contest.
Alex Villa right there as well, Nick, in for support. He's a very emotional player.
Exeter gets to the line quickly. Karen back under center. On 2nd down and 8, he faces a 5-man front. Handoff, Batstone, left side, slices through the line, but is tackled in the hole, shy of the 49-yard line. Just a 2-yard gain, 3rd down and 6 coming up. Londonderry, some good linebacker play all season, including from Cooper Freitas, the 6'1 senior, registers his first tackle in the middle of that defense for the Lancers.
Looks like a pretty strong win, Nick, at the back of the Exeter Blue Hawks offense right now. Flags pretty much going full mass there.
Expect a strong win today. 3rd and 6. Karen going to drop back, looking to throw his first pass. He's going deep. He's got a man downfield, but he can't make the overhead catch. Had Sam Dulac open, but Dulac reaching out with both arms, unable to secure the pass. It's incomplete, now a 4th down.
I think you're going to see the wind had a factor in that, Nick. That ball was up high and it sailed. Going to see it right here. Now watch. He gets it up. Ball. The bottom tip is pointing upwards in that ball, and that thing was carried with that wind. Great effort trying to get it, but just a little bit out of reach. Good defensive stand by Londonderry.
Defense, the name of the game so far, as both teams force 3 and outs. Here's the punt from Raymond Plant. The junior gets off a kick down the middle. And this one will be downed right around the 23-yard line for the Lancers. Drive number 2 on the way for Sam Ogden and company. As Londonderry looks to pick up the first down either way here.
Yeah, I think if you're a Londonderry supporter, Nick, you like what happened by being able to get the ball back. Now on the 22-yard line with a little the cobwebs out of the bus ride there, and just get moving. That could have been if that ball was thrown on target, that would have definitely been a touchdown. So let's see what the Londonderry offense can do. Pretty good defensive stand by both of these teams, to say the least.
Exeter faithful pounding on the bleachers here, trying to give the defense a lift. Ogden going to put Villa in motion. The 6'5" receiver jogs to the far side. It's a pitch to that side, and look out. There he goes. Palma in a foot race. The junior down the far sideline. 1 man to beat. Push down inside the 20. An explosive run there for the junior Carson Palma as Londonderry gets the first big play of the game.
Well, take a look at the block by Alex Villa and company, Nick. This is just up. This is up front blocking. They put Villa in motion. Complete mismatch. Cruz going down. I believe that was De Palma on the. Was that De Palma running the ball or Cruz?
I think it was Cruz.
That was Cruz. So De Palma was in on the block. That's just great up front blocking. They just gave each other a high five because they know what they did.
That's a
Fabian Cruz.
60-yard pickup.
I thought he might have a chance there, but nice job to get back. I think that was number 71, if I'm not mistaken, that made the tackle.
Handoff left side. Cruz goes up the middle, stutter step, and ends up near the 5-yard line. Another big gainer, and it's close to a first down. Yes, they do say first down, 10-yard gain up the middle. That's going to set up 1st and goal from inside the 7-yard line.
Yeah, the offensive line has woken here with the Lancers, Nick, doing a great job hitting the blocks extremely well, and that is no easy task with the talent that's on the other side of the football with the Blue Hawks D-line.
Jordan Ball is the pistol back. The big sophomore gets his first carry left side, trying to pound it in, but he's going to be denied at about the 1-yard line. Dulac,
32.
Along with Tyler Bland in the mix there for Exeter on the stop. The football just outside the 1-yard line for the 2nd and goal.
Yeah, Jordan Ball, sophomore, getting a lot of respect and opportunities from Coach Lozon. And you can see this young man is the real deal. We saw it against South, especially in the 4th quarter.
Meanwhile, Cruz is back in for 2nd and goal. Ogden, though, going to keep it himself, and the quarterback is into the end zone for a 1-yard touchdown.
That is a great decoy. Sam Ogden does it as good as anybody in Division I that I've seen, Nick. There's others as well, but he's right up there as far as I'm concerned. It's selling the fake. That, when you sell it to a guy like Adrian Cruz, that he's going to get a lot of attention. And watch everybody flows to the ball, and then Sam just does a great job hiding it. Caught him off guard there. What a great call.
The left-footed kicker, Blake Thompson, is on. 2-year veteran. Ogden the hold. Kick up and good as it finds its way inside the left upright. So 7-0 Londonderry. The big play comes on the 60-yard run from Adrian Cruz. Sam Ogden brings it home 3 plays later. And just like that, Londonderry is out in front 7-0.
Yeah, and don't forget about the blocking during that drive that Alex Villa did. Everybody was blocking well, but Alex Villa was just tearing apart the defensive secondary coming up when they were able to get Cruz around that corner, and the interior line doing a great job. So, if you're the away team, Nick, coming in, you want to score first. You want to kind of get that little advantage, get your away crowd into the mix of things, and Londonderry did that, and their defense gave them a second opportunity by stopping the Blue Hawks. But now it's the Blue Hawks' turn. Let's see how they can answer. Nobody believes this is a runaway game as far as I'm concerned.
No.
This is going to be a tight one right down to the wire. Blue Hawks' offense is pretty lethal in its own merit.
Londonderry, a 6-2 regular season versus in-state opponents. They challenged themselves out of state against one of Massachusetts' premier teams in week number 2 at St. John's Prep. But this is a team that year in and year out, under head coach Jimmy Lozon, is in the Division I hunt. They came up just short twice in the championship round the last 2 seasons. Hoping to get back there yet again for a 5th time in the last 6 years. Thompson going to swing the left foot. This one is placed a little short and caught on a crouch. I'm going to down it right there.
Yep.
One of the up men for Exeter making the catch. That's Braden Ream, the senior. So here comes the Exeter offense yet again. The Blue Hawks forced to punt the ball after a 3-and-out on their first series. They'll begin this drive at their own 29-yard line.
Yes. Big opportunity for Londonderry to answer on defense a second time, Nick. They want to gain that advantage, but the Blue Hawks have been able to move the football consistently on anybody that they've played all year long.
Out of the tee, handoff Batstone, and he is wrapped up and dropped. Stuck immediately. That's Ogden. We talk about what he does as the quarterback offensively, but he's one of Londonderry's leading tacklers on the season defensively, as we see there.
No question, Nick. Underrated player. Not on purpose. It's just they've got so many other defensive stars that get their name. But let me tell you, the nice thing about Sam is if someone breaks through the linebacker core, Sam's got tremendous speed to run him down, and he's a great tackler.
We're midway through this first quarter. Londonderry with a 7-0 lead. Exeter going to send a man out wide to the top of the screen. Karen is under center against a 5-man front. Batstone in motion. Karen, a pitch left side. Tyler Bland on his first carry. Not going to get much.
Fired up.
Stopped on the edge. Londonderry with 3 defenders in the area, including Colby Walden. And Walden, who has been outstanding defensively this season, trying to fire up his mates. 3rd and 9
number
coming up.
48 maintain the outside contain, forces him up. Watch 48 on your left side of your screen defensively. You're going to see him fight for contain. See that? And that turns him upfield, and that's where his linebackers were ready to take it. Excellent job by number 48, Davis McGarrian. Terrific job.
Cooper Freitas with his second tackle on that stop. Meanwhile, 3rd down and 9. Exeter looking for their first down. Play action. Karen looking, throwing down the far sideline, and incomplete. Overshoots the intended target, Jack Kavanaugh. And the Londonderry defense celebrates as they force yet another 3-and-out.
Yeah, he's got a good arm, but he's battling with the wind at your back, Nick. Big time right there. Those balls are just sailing way beyond what is normal, throw. He's going to have to gauge that. That is not an easy thing to do. He's got a great arm. It's impressed me tremendously, this young man, Mike Karen. And he's got a great relationship, you can tell, with Coach Ball.
Back deep for the Lancers. Set for the return is senior Mason Paquette, standing at his own 40-yard line. Second punt here from Raymond
they got
Plant. He may have gotten a piece of that.
They did.
It pops straight up in the air and it's going to land at about the 32-yard line of Exeter for a net gain of just 1 yard.
Yeah, these are those little things that happen in games that change the picture. By the game's over, you kind of forget, but you got to go back and look at the film. And, yeah, he clearly – that was number right here.
14.
14, Nick, exactly, who got it. And watch this. You're going to see it in slow-mo right here. What a terrific – actually, it may have been – number 18, Nick, it looks like on the replay from the back.
Both Dylan Seberg and Devin Van Avery were both in that mix. Somebody got a piece in Londonderry's favor. Back to the offense, Cruz. Big hole right side on 1st and 10. He's dragged down from behind by Charlie Dulac near the 30-yard line after a 3-yard gain that'll set up a 2nd down and 7.
Can't say enough about Charlie Dulac. What a player he is. And, you got a guy like Batstone next to you. He gets a lot of ink, no question, and just well-deserved. But Charlie Dulac is a huge part of this Blue Hawk team and a mainstay in this defense.
His brother Sam is a two-way player as well.
Yes.
And have been big for Exeter all year. Really the last few seasons. Ball at the 29-yard line. 2nd down and 6 on the way. Again, the Exeter fans hoping to give their team a lift defensively. Cruz follows the right guard down to the 25-yard line for about a 4-yard gain that should set up, looks like a 3rd down and 2 here for Londonderry as we move inside of 4 minutes remaining in this first quarter.
Yeah, this is one of the things that Exeter and Coach Ball for decades has done is control the clock. Right now, Londonderry's controlling the clock right now, Nick. You get these 3rd and 2s and you're in 4-down territory. It just eats and eats and eats. These 3 or 4 5-yard gains each time, and Cruz is able to turn nothing into something almost every time.
3rd down and 1 officially. 2 receivers, strong side left, out of the pistol. Ogden handoff. Cruz going to break to his right. He's got the 1st down at the 20. Makes a man miss. Leans forward down to about the 19 before he's gang tackled near the sideline. A few Exeter players involved in the stop, including Jackson Green, the senior.
Good up front blocking here from 51. Watch him. He closes down. And Cruz would have liked, Cruz under normal circumstances would have cut that upfield, but he thought he could stretch it, but not with the speed of this defense of Exeter. Watch, he thought he had the corner. Look at the speed of 52 and I believe 22 of Exeter, Nick. Right there, Charlie Dulac again, and Jackson Green there for the tackles.
Inside of 3 minutes, first quarter. 1st and 10 from the 19. Ogden fakes the pitch, runs right, and he's down inside the 15. Stopped at about the 14. 2 of the bigger Exeter defensive linemen combine on the tackle. Owen Wagner, 6 foot, 230-pound junior.
Yeah, Londonderry
is down there along with Brady Russell, the sophomore.
You saw there, Londonderry must have seen upstairs, or maybe Coach Lozon saw it on the ground. They're beginning to really over-pursue Cruz, which you have to do to get him. And what that did is opened up that fake opportunity for Ogden, and he's able to get that 5 yards that any clock grinding offense wants to get on first.
The sophomore Jordan Ball is in the backfield yet again. He's going to take his 2nd carry up the middle, little stutter step at the line of scrimmage, and dives down near the 12-yard line. Not much there.
Yeah.
As he's gang tackled again by Charlie Dulac and his brother.
You're going to see it right. Nick hit it right on the head here. Jordan stutter step. He shouldn't have done that. You got to go right through the hole. Watch. It's there. You have to believe it. Don't stutter step. Drive your legs right through it and continue those short stride steps. Get through, but as a sophomore, this kid is terrific. He's a big find there for Londonderry.
3rd down and 2. Cruz right side gets a pancake block on the edge, and he's got the 1st down. He ends up inside the 5-yard line, down at the 4. And as you like to say, Steve, a terrific block on that right side by the big Londonderry senior, 6'7", 290-pound Paul Binder, pounding himself on the chest.
Paul Binder just absolutely, the kick-out block just sends him flying on his back. Complete mismatch, but that's what Cruz works off of. He looks at the height of the backside. Whoop, here we go.
Cruz right side. Going to dance on 1st and goal, trying to slither around the corner, and he is down just short of the goal line.
I thought he had it, but it's way over. Official was right there to see it, and it looks like he's going to be inside of a foot away from the line to gain or the goal line. So But you're right, Nick. That was a great block by Binder, and Cruz feeds off that. He reads that, and then he stretches inside of Cruz's back and then cuts upfield for a nice run on the previous play.
Inside the final minute here, first quarter, Londonderry threatening to take a 2-score lead early. Sam Ogden already with 1 touchdown to his credit. Perhaps the quarterback seeking a second. He's got Cruz right behind him. Bunch formation here against the loaded box. Handoff, Cruz, right side. Going to lunge forward. Is just short.
They're going to say knee down.
Yep.
We're going to get a good look at this on replay. I want to see if that knee was down. The official was right there.
It's going to be 3rd and 1.
Yeah, his knee was down. What a great call by the official. Terrific job. Yep.
And yet another tackle for Charlie Dulac, who unofficially has 4 stops already in this first quarter. We're down to the final 10 seconds. And Coach Lozon is just going to let this clock run. Londonderry will have it 3rd and goal on the other side. When we come back, Lancers got the start they wanted here in this semifinal. 7-0 Londonderry after 1. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
A good start for Coach Lozon's Lancers. They lead 7-0. And they've got the ball at the 1-inch line here. 3rd down and goal coming up as the away team threatens to take a 2-score lead. Handoff Jordan Ball on a stretch play, and he is going to find his way into the end zone for a 1-yard touchdown. Londonderry caps off a 2nd straight scoring drive to extend their lead here to 13-0. On the first play of the second quarter.
That was a great call, Nick. Everybody on Exeter the last 2 or 3 plays has been driving in the box, and their first step is towards the inside, Nick. They saw that. All they had to do was, Cruz just got in the way of number 9, Jack Kavanaugh, and Ball showed some speed to be able to break that out.
Thompson is on for the extra point try, and the left-footed senior is 2 for 2.
Nice
14-0 Londonderry, and the 14 points, Steve, represents the most that this Exeter defense has given up against an in-state opponent this season.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, how stingy this defense has been. And, it's right now Londonderry offensive line is controlling the line of scrimmage in most cases, Nick. They're going to have to change their setup as far as the techniques and the gaps that they're in if they're going to control this. But, it's very difficult to do when you got runners like Cruz and Alden, and then you got Jordan Ball to pound the ball through. This is a pretty good mix they got running right now. Exeter has got to do something offensively to get the energy back into the Blue Hawk, presence on the field. They just need something to be positive about and then work from there.
Well, the offense stifled over the course of the first 2 drives, 2 3-and-outs in that first quarter.
One of
Coach Ball's offense.
One of the things you were talking about not giving up this many points. Sometimes that's difficult for a team to overcome. They haven't faced it. They haven't seen it. That's why I think Bedford probably benefited by the Alvin situation, but I don't think the Blue Hawks have really ever felt that yet. So we're going to see how they respond to the 2-touchdown deficit. Plenty of time to go. Lots of game left.
To your point, that's the biggest gap they have faced this season. Thompson with a driving kick, takes 1 bounce, fielded inside the 10 by Dulac, and Sam, trying to navigate his way back to the middle, is stopped just shy of the 23-yard line. So Exeter seeking their first down of this first half on drive number 3 huddling up here, trailing by 2 scores.
Yeah, awful clean game, Nick. No holding, no clutching, no grabbing, no face mask, no idiocy making personal fouls in the first quarter. Very clean quarter played by both, and the officials basically 1 or 2 flags, very just incidental.
We had a procedure penalty. That was it.
Yeah.
So 1 flag combined in that first quarter. Handoff up the middle. That's Bland. Not going to get much on a quick hitter. Maybe 2 yards as he crosses the 25-yard line. Again, Freitas is there.
Kuchar was there
along
too,
with
the
Kuchar.
big man.
Yep, that's Colin Kuchar, 6'6", 285, who Coach Lozon praised when we spoke with him Thursday night on FNL Gridiron.
He sure did, Nick. I mean, why wouldn't you?
Second down and 8 coming up. Pitch left side, and again, not much.
Walden,
Davis McGarrion is there, and fired up.
Yeah, but
along with his Londonderry teammates here. No gain on that second down carry. 3rd and 8 coming up from the 26.
Yeah, watch Walden, number 58 here, Colby Walden. Watch him hold the line. He's got 2 guys trying to drive him back. Watch number 58 here on the right-hand side of the screen. Watch him. He just goes in and just shuts everything down. There's nowhere for the ball carrier to go. And then that's the nice thing about both of these teams' defense, Nick. They work in tandem with each other. That's why they're here today.
Officially 3rd down and 7. Londonderry with a 5-man front, overload left side. They're going to roll out Karen to the right, and he is wrapped up and sacked by Alex Villa.
Whew. He's
the
playing a game.
6'5" defensive end with that big wingspan just engulfed the quarterback there.
I'd love to see it. Can you imagine? It's a lot, very Caruso-like, Nick. And, these guys, you just love to see these kind of players, the impact that they have. And the thing about Villa is he can play in the interior just as well.
Another 3 and out for Exeter as they face a 4th and 15. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Another sky-high punt from Raymond Plant. This one is going to roll in Exeter's favor toward midfield before it's down at the Blue Hawk 49-yard line. Still great field position here for another Londonderry drive as the Lancer offense takes over, leading 14-0.
Yeah, Coach Lozon, I believe it was him on the sideline screaming, letting that ball go. Don't do anything to change the momentum of this game, and that's what smart football coaching does, and smart players execute. And he started to kind of look at it. Ooh, that looks like a lollipop coming to me. And then the last minute, he says, "Nope." And
heads up play, stay away. Mason Paquette, one of the 32 seniors here for Londonderry. Plenty of experience. 1st and 10. From the Exeter 49, Blue Hawk defense hoping to buckle up here, already trailing by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, they need to do that right now.
Here's the I formation, and it's a play-action pass. Ogden going to air it out. He's got a man wide open. That's Ethan Wheeler for a 49-yard touchdown.
No flags. Wow.
Coach Lozon dials up the deep shot, and it works.
Well, you can see why, Nick. They've had to come forward. The Blue Hawks have had to empty their resources to step up, step in. And what does Coach Lozon do? He runs outside with ball for the touchdown earlier and then runs a deep, I'm going to call that a post pattern there if you want, or just whatever. I mean, it was just go route all the way out, and he threw a beauty with the wind at his back, and it's a 3-score game.
Thompson trying to go 3 for 3 on the extra point tries, and that one is right down the middle. 21-0 Londonderry. About as short of a drive as you're going to find. One play, 49 yards through the air, Ogden to Wheeler. And Exeter in some big-time trouble here, trailing 21-0.
Yeah, you hear Coach Lozon talk about Sam Ogden, Nick, and he has tremendous faith in this young man, and he is executing at a high level right now. That's not an easy ball to time with the wind at your back. You can see in earlier passes on both teams, or specifically Exeter, trying to gauge that right, but Sam hit a beauty right there, and a lot. I mean, he had unlimited space back there, complete breakdown there back in the with the corner safety coverage there, and what a great play call.
So for the second straight day, we see a 21-0 game in the first half. Pinkerton jumped out with 3 quick touchdowns in the first quarter against 2-time defending champion Bedford last night. Astros hung on to win that game 27-13 and await the winner of this semifinal. Londonderry hoping to get back to the championship round for a 5th time in 6 years. Thompson, end over end kick, drives it inside the 10. Here comes Sam Dulac, straight ahead up the seam to about the 30.
27 comes in with a
It's Zach Ventura.
battering ram there. Ventura.
Londonderry senior with a special teams tackle. So a good return.
Good return, yep.
Exeter hoping that may be the spark to get the offense going.
Yeah, they got to get this crowd, hometown crowd in the game, too. Right now, all you hear is the other side of the field with a band in Londonderry. And your home field advantage, you want that crowd into it.
Under center is Karen on 1st down and 10. Handoff Kavanaugh. He's repelled at the line and driven down to the ground by both McGarrion and Carson Palma. And they'll spot him just over the 30-yard line after a 1-yard gain. Kavanaugh now with 2 carries in this first half.
Carson, what a player, and just extremely good reader, Nick. The way he reacts to the ball, you obviously can see he's had thousands of reps to learn his position. And
second down.
Looking good.
Karen over the middle. That pass knocked down and incomplete.
Yeah, it looks like the big number 48 or 76. I couldn't tell. We're going to see it here in the replay, Nick. But, when you have a good week in practice, you start doing the little things right and getting your hands up when you get in the back, get in the quarterback's face. Who was that? Was that Bindo? Oh, no, that was Kucha. Boy, I love that guy.
Got his left paw on that one.
Yeah, he's got college numbers, Nick, as far as weight, height, and strength mix. And he to me, he and Binder are just something special.
Kuchar at 6'6", 285. Binder at 6'7", 290. 3rd down and 9. Karen back to throw, and again it's knocked down.
Yep, these tall defenders are really, Michael Karen is not a very tall guy, so they got to give him some space and some lanes to throw in if they're going to throw the ball. And just Londonderry doing everything right here. They know this is a strategy. If you've got a smaller, and he's also retreating as he's throwing because that pocket is collapsing on him.
Majarian knocks it down. Exeter forced to punt after another 3 and out. Plant standing back at his own 17-yard line. Barely gets it off. It's a good one down the middle. Fair catch called for? No, just a regular catch.
Yeah, I didn't see any fair catch. I'm surprised
then a
he didn't.
tackle as Paquette is dropped immediately.
Lucky he got that day. He did a good job of holding on to the football there, as you say, Nick. Very experienced guy, but that was close. I mean, you probably want a fair catch that when you're up 21 points. No need for a run back. You just want that potent offense getting on the field. So I'm sure Coach Lozon and crew will talk to him about saying just fair catch these balls and let our offense do the work.
Londonderry, after going 3 and out to start the game, have scored touchdowns on their last 3 drives. Hoping for a similar result here with just over 3 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Ogden in the pistol. Villa is going to change direction as the snap is taken. Handoff Carson Palma. Left side run. Gets through the line, but is tripped up as the hole collapses. Good tackle there by
71.
Kellen Bateman on his second stop.
Kellen's factoring in the game today, Nick. He's doing a good job on defense. And he's getting in on a lot of tackles, and he's doing a lot of those unseen things, taking on double blocks. But there's other times when these guys have been owned a little bit by the offensive line strategy and been able to get some cross blocks on and move the hips of these guys to open up lanes for the running crew.
2-yard gain there for Carson Palma on his first carry. Sets up a 2nd down and 8. The ball just shy of the Londonderry 45. Villa again in motion. Ogden takes the snap, runs to his left, looking to pick up a block along the sideline. Second effort. He's going to pick up maybe 2 or 3 yards up to about the 48.
Sam does that, doesn't he? He must be a hard guy to tackle. He's willing to retreat a little bit, and then he slides off and out of the tackle and then gains some yardage. So don't underestimate. Now it's 3rd and 4.5 or so, maybe even just 4, and it looked like it was barely going to get back to the line of scrimmage. So these are little things in the game that add up yardage that going to make an opportunity. I don't know if the coach will go for 4th down here if they don't get it on 3rd. But at midfield, we've seen a lot of aggressive play here from the coaches in these final 4 teams.
3rd down and 4. The home fans again stomping on the bleachers, trying to fire up this defense. Handoff, Cruz, left side, second effort, leans across midfield. I think he's a little short.
Big decision here.
Needed 4, got about 3.5. Stopped there by Noah Thomas, the big defensive lineman for Exeter. So you're right. Coach Lozon, I believe, is going to keep the offense on the field here.
Yeah, it's 4th and a foot, 4th and maybe a foot 18 inches, not 2 or 3, 4 yards. So with that big offensive line, they have been winning. Expect to see, obviously, the big boys up front doing their job, but I would expect to watch Villa lead blocking in this play, Nick, because he's been destroying defenders all game long. So we'll see where he is. Yeah, they got him right in the right slot there.
Cruz, stutter step, not going to get there.
That's a great defensive work by the Blue Hawks. That's what they needed to get this crowd in the game.
Tyler Graney leading the charge. Meanwhile, the officials
that's not a
are going to say Exeter football. So the Blue Hawk defense, they needed a stop. They get the stop.
Yeah.
And now Exeter's offense with their best starting field position of this first half at their own 48.
If you look at that replay, while we're waiting, if we could play that again quick. If you look at that replay, I do not know why they opened the handoff to the left, Nick, and forced Cruz to take up extra time coming across. You're going to see it here. Now watch. He opens up left. Villa's got the hole right there. It's there. If he had gone directly through, just too much time went by. Excellent job by the Blue Hawk defense.
We're midway through the second quarter. Exeter takes over, looking for their first down. And there it is. It's Batstone on a zigzag run up the middle. Goes into the Londonderry 40 before he's tackled at about the 37-yard line. Good pickup there of 14 yards.
Yeah, that's what they need. This crowd's getting amped up. They want to see some production, and they'll be here for this football team if they can produce. But it's a two-way street here, Nick. The crowd and the players got to work off of each other and gradually build off of this 3-score deficit, get something in the end zone for some points. 1st and 10 following Exeter's biggest play of this first half. Karen, quick handoff. Bland breaks a tackle, gets inside the 25, and is driven down at about the 23. Like the strategy change here. Coach Ball going back to Coach Ball type offense here where very difficult to pick that up by the linebacker and the line core, Nick. Just extreme. Look at that. It's just they're able to block close, get them through the line quickly, and I would stay with that tact until they can force Londonderry to stop it.
1st and 10. Ball inside the 23-yard line. Karen, handoff. This is Batstone, and he's ridden down by Binder.
Great job by Binder. Boy, he shows on defense, Nick, he's not just a straight-up guy. He can slide down the line and make good tackles. If I was a recruiter, I'd be looking for that technique on a defensive lineman if I was looking for a big guy that's got agility. That was a very impressive play right there.
Holds Batstone to just 3 to set up a 2nd down and 7. With the football just inside the 20-yard line. First trip into the red zone for Exeter.
Exeter doing a nice job. This is traditional Exeter football at its best right here.
We're inside of 5 minutes to go first half. Karen, handoff. Batstone left side, looking for the edge at the 15. Driven down by Palma. Dragged him down inbounds at about the 13-yard line.
It'll be close. A little short, I think, but it's going to be close. Yeah, it looks like you said, Nick, the 13. I think it's at the 12. In order for the line to gain there.
Looks like 3rd and 1.
Yep. Nice job moving the football here by the Blue Hawks. This has to happen if you're going to go into the half with.
No, a flag.
This is a big penalty right here. If this is 5 yards back,
it's against Londonderry.
It's against Londonderry, and they're going to be able to get a first down.
It's like a neutral zone infraction. 2nd penalty against the Lancers.
Yes.
So a free first down for Exeter. That's got the fans fired up. Sets up a 1st and goal from the 8-yard line.
This is crunch time for the Blue Hawks, Nick.
Handoff. Batstone, not much. Hole plugged up there.
Yeah, they were
Kucher,
all...
Freitas, Wall didn't pick a number. Londonderry floods the zone.
That's exactly what they did, Nick. They flooded the zone. They were going after Batstone and reading his helmet and numbers the whole time. And They've got the strength and weight to do that. But even with that, he still gets yardage. Not much.
Inside of 4 minutes, second quarter.
But he got some.
Exeter gets right to the line for a 2nd and goal. Karen is under center. Long count here against a 5-man front. Handoff, Bland. Stutter step in the hole. Inside the 5 and down to about the 2-yard line.
Nice job sliding off tacklers, Nick, there. Was able to sidestep one and then sidestep a second. Not an easy thing to do.
Tackle made by Palma for the 3rd time in this first half. Got a 3rd and goal coming up. The football just outside the 2-yard line, and the crowd getting on its feet here.
I have to tell you how big this play is.
Another long count from Karen. Finally takes the snap, handoff, Batstone, and he pounds his way into the end zone.
That's strength and conditioning
The senior kept the legs pumping, carried 2 defenders with him across the goal line. That's got the home fans clapping their hands.
Yep, and they should.
Exeter is on the board. It's 21-6.
That's Exeter Blue Hawk football there, Nick, right there. And that's a really impressive drive on the way down the field. Took advantage of every opportunity, and they're getting through the line quickly now. Watch. Not even a split second. He's looking for that seam, and Batstone, like Matt Morrison's, got himself in tremendous physical condition.
Extra point is good. So Exeter take advantage of a relatively short field. It's a 51-yard drive.
Yep.
Capped off by the 3-yard run from Daniel Batstone. And as we highlighted at the beginning of the broadcast, he's one of the 3 finalists for the UKICA Player of the Year award. He's had an outstanding career and an outstanding senior year in particular, and he adds to that impressive resume with this touchdown.
Yeah, he's just, you always use the term bell cow, Nick. He is the bell cow for the Blue Hawks, and not only is a tremendous defensive player, but when you need short yardage and you've got to get across the line, he's their go-to guy. So kind of moving away from passing the ball and believing back in those quick hit runs, and it's working for him right now. If we were going to have a game today, Exeter had to be the next team to score, and they've done that with 2:56 left.
7 is Londonderry's lead. 2:56 remaining. Lancers have all 3 timeouts. Exeter, by the way, slated to receive the second half kickoff.
Yep.
Kick on the way from the right footer, Jonathan Adams. This one is going to take a bounce far side. That's a live football.
They got it.
Exeter says they have it, and they do. It's recovered by Will Tobin, the junior, able to hustle down the field, dive on that live ball, and that is a huge break for the home team.
I don't know who that was, Nick. I think it was Cruz. But you've got to go up and get that ball, Nick, when you see a knuckler coming down at you. That's very similar to what happened against South last week when they, on their open, I think it was their second kickoff, and the same thing happened. But let's not forget the execution on that, on getting that ball by the Blue Hawks. This completely changes the face of the game. You can see Coach Lozon with his head looking down there. That is a big, costly mistake right there. Cruz has got to go after that ball.
1st and 10 Exeter, knocking on the door of the red zone. Meanwhile, a bobbled snap, and Karen is going to pay the price.
Yep.
Got wrapped up immediately by Villa, who's officially now has 2 sacks.
Yeah, he's a wrecking machine. But, boy, if you're coming from Londonderry's perspective, Nick, they really got to come up with a defensive stand here in order to maintain that advantage, because this Exeter crowd is starting to get into the game in a big way. They always are great supporters, and you can hear it right now. So there's energy there. But, if you get a break like this, you got to execute on Exeter's side as well. So big part of the game. This is transitional here. As we got 2:16 and counting in the first half.
2:12 and 12 with 2:12 to go until the break. Karen back to throw, gets it off down the middle, and then it's intercepted. A one-handed pick.
Number 3, I believe.
What a play. Outstanding job by Matt Luongo, the senior, able to reel it in with one hand.
Wow.
And pick that one off on his way to the turf. So the special teams mistake is made up for by the Londonderry defense as they come up with a takeaway.
This is just magnificent defense. Look at that outstretched hand and able to pull that in. Boy, I got to tell you, big plays at big times Nick, that is, two big plays on both sides of the ball. But for Exeter to come out of that with no damage, yes, they're deep in their zone, is a big deal.
So Londonderry avoids what could have been a blow there.
Yeah, when you get great teams, Nick, it really comes down to big plays that are made on both sides here. Both teams are making them.
Just over 2 minutes to go in this second quarter. Ogden on 1st and 10, calls his own number on a left side run, fighting for the 9-yard line.
Great fake as usual. He does a terrific job. Both of these quarterbacks are outstanding, Nick, at decoying and faking the ball. Exeter is so good at creating fakes when they start getting through the line quickly. Really surprised they went to the air there that time, Nick, to be honest with you. I thought with this ground and pound running game that really hadn't been stopped. I figured down close to the to Patriot, they were going to be continuing that. But
3-yard gain for Ogden. He was stopped by Jackson Green. 90 seconds to go until halftime on a 2nd down and 7. Again, Ogden fakes the handoff, runs again to his left, but he's lucky to get to the line of scrimmage this time as both Green and Bland are there on the edge, and now we have a timeout.
Yep.
As Coach Ball looking to force an upcoming punt. We have a 3rd and 7 coming up. Our broadcast today brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit MGSportsFundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. By the New Hampshire Tomahawks. Showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NHTomahawks.com and also girls.NHTomahawks.com. And finally by Colonial Printing. Family owned and operated for over 50 years. Start your next project today at colonialprintingnh.com. Nick and Aston, Steve Beals with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. We're broadcasting in conjunction today with the NFHS Network. A trip to next weekend's championship game on the line. Londonderry jumped out in front early, 21-0. Exeter responded a moment ago with a touchdown of their own. And now pinned in deep at their own end, facing a 3rd and 7 from their own 10-yard line, is Sam Ogden. Going to throw a screen. He's got Villa trying to navigate upfield to the
close.
15. I think he's a little short.
I think he's a half a yard short, Nick, if I had to guess. So
Coach Ball is going to spend a second time out here, stop the clock, and you're right, it is about a yard shy. 4th down and 1 facing Londonderry. We expect a punt here, but you never know.
So the Blue Hawks will get, again, if what happens is, that's expected, Blue Hawks have done a good job here, at least getting this to 4th down and 1 and not giving Londonderry the opportunity to knock off the clock and give the Blue Hawk offense another opportunity on the field. The only problem is I believe he has got one, Coach Ball will have 1 left or 2 left.
Coach Ball is not. He has 1 left.
1 left. Okay, so he can still stop it, and so he can do one more midfield play. The key here is if Londonderry kicks, they want a good run back to shorten this field in order to get some extra points. They do have a very good kicker, so
that is Villa, the punter. He's going to backtrack here to his own 3-yard line. Back deep is Sam Dulac on the return. His toes are at the Londonderry 47.
Yep.
Coming up at halftime, stats, highlights, analysis, and a recap of Pinkerton's win over Bedford last night. Plus, there's 2 other state championship games going on today in Divisions 2 and 3. Meanwhile, Dulac.
Hell of a kick right there.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Call for a fair catch, and Exeter again with good field position as they begin at the Londonderry 49.
Good field position, but it was right to him, Nick. I'm surprised he didn't try to make a run at it in that situation. But, obviously take the fair catch, and you're at the 50-yard line. But it did look, if he chose to, he had a little bit of running room there to take it back. But
so we'll see if Exeter can add points before halftime. The Blue Hawks perhaps with a chance to double dip. They'll receive the opening kick of the second half. Handoff, Batstone met in the hole and dropped at the line of scrimmage. Well, that's the sophomore again, Davis Majarian, who has really stepped up in this first half for Londonderry.
Well, this young man can throw the ball, Mike Caron. He can throw the ball. So we'll see what happens if Coach Ball wants to take a shot, to get it down low. He's obviously saving his last time out. My guess is they're going to try to get it down, downfield and, give a chance for either a field goal or who knows, maybe all the way to the house.
2nd down and 10. Karen back to throw. He's got a little bit of time. Now it's going to be hit from behind. The ball is out, and Freitas has it for Londonderry.
24 seconds.
Sacked by Villa. The ball came out on the way to the ground. Johnny on the spot is Freitas, and the Londonderry defense has a second straight takeaway.
Yeah, and looks like Mike Karen is feeling that one. Coach Ball's talking to him right now. And, you really don't want to be holding on to the ball, Nick, in the backfield that long. If it's not there, just get rid of it. Now you got 24 seconds for Exeter on the 42-yard line of the Blue Hawks. Londonderry Lance has got the ball with 3 timeouts in 24 seconds, and they've got a kicker that I think is good all the way up to 37, 38 yards.
With the wind at his back.
With the wind at his back. So you kind of open up an opportunity to get the spread a little wider here. We'll see what happens.
Ogden with 2 backs with him. Takes the gun snap. The senior is going to fire down the field. Jump ball for Paquette. He can't reel it in inside the 5-yard line. Incomplete. Brings up second down and 10. Pretty good coverage there from both Kavanaugh and Charlie Dulac.
Yeah, always like on those plays, Nick, to have a receiver that's running across the field 15, 20 yards down that can either get out of bounds. Nothing wrong with looking at him, but you want a secondary receiver to throw to. I did not see one out there on that play.
So a second and 10.
But you get a guy like Villa, out in the open, coming across the field. He can do some serious damage, and with his speed, he can get out of bounds to stop the clock. But no problem with timeouts here. 17 seconds. It's not the ability to stop the clock. It's just how many seconds you've got left here.
See how aggressive they are.
Exactly.
3-man front for Exeter. Extra man in coverage here for the Blue Hawks.
From the gun.
2 wingbacks, 1 in motion. And they hand to him. It's a near side stretch run. And not much on the edge. And now a quick timeout is going to be called, I believe, by Londonderry.
Do not understand both those calls. If you're really looking to go down and get points, Nick, with a guy like Sam Ogden, I mean, worst case scenario, if they just overstack the deep throws in the passing lanes, Nick, then you just get Ogden's got an opening. Let him run the football in that situation. Surprised they just didn't flood the zone deep and then give Ogden a choice to find an open man or go with it. But when you hand off to Cruz, in that situation, I guess they thought they might be able to get the corner. But nevertheless, he tripped up anyway, so it didn't matter. But
just under 11 seconds remaining. Again, at halftime, on-field entertainment. Both bands, I believe, are scheduled to perform. And a lot to go over. Full recap, stats, and highlights from the first half. A recap of last night's Bedford and Pinkerton semifinal. And, of course, the D2 and D3 championships are going on right now, so we'll hope to get a scoreboard update as well. Meanwhile, 3rd down and 10, final 11 seconds here of the first half. Looks like Exeter is only going to rush 2. Handoff on a stretch, trying to find the outside, and still alive before he exits out of bounds above the 37-yard line, still with 1.6 seconds remaining.
I almost get the feeling like this is just really conservative. I want to go into the half 21-7, not going to try to stretch. I get it. I understand it's part of the game management strategy. But I would not, other than that one quick throw, Nick, I don't think they were really, when you're running to the sidelines like that. But
you got a timeout here again from Coach Lozon.
Yeah, probably, draw up a play to run. It's obviously going to run out. So do they do they try to get something deep here to try to get in the end zone or whatever? But
football is at the 37.
It did not appear as though Coach Lozon wanted to take any significant chances with anything across the field with a 21-7 lead.
His team led 21-0 at one point.
Yep.
After a 3-and-out, they scored touchdowns on their next 3 possessions, all while holding Exeter without a first down for their first 4 trips.
Yes.
Blue Hawks did come alive midway through this second quarter to piece together their lone scoring drive. That is where we are, 21-7. 4th down, and look at this. He's going to trot out Thompson for a 55-yard field goal attempt.
I'm not sure that kick
this
is ever going to happen.
This is long by NFL standards.
I'm not sure.
Little bit of wind behind him.
They got Ogden Holden. He can take the ball away.
They are going to kick it. Thompson with a line drive effort.
Not bad effort right there.
A little short as it lands in the end zone.
Yeah.
So, halftime here in Exeter. Londonderry got to be satisfied with where they are. A 21-7 lead at the midway point.
I think you said it right on, Nick. I think that's exactly right. They're more than happy to go in 21-7. Don't get greedy. And I just think that what that is, there's a tremendous amount of respect that Coach Lozon has for Bill Ball's defense with the things that they can do. And, come out, get your strategy in place. So great first half for Londonderry, but Exeter did score, Nick. You can't take away the fact that they did cut that lead, and they had some good things happen, and they got stronger as the half went on. So this is going to be a good football game we got left.
Coming up, stats, highlights, analysis, out-of-town scoreboard as well. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include discount tickets, cards, and calendar raffles to hundreds of local merchants throughout the New England area. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Colonial Printing is family owned and celebrating 50 years of quality print services for New Hampshire businesses and can help yours as well. Whether it's creative design, digital or offset printing, or banners and signs, with state-of-the-art technology, unlimited industry sources, and the ability to think outside the box, Colonial Printing will help you get your job done. To see their full list of services, promo products, and portfolio, or to request an estimate, visit colonialprintingnh.com. That's colonialprintingnh.com.
entertainment today from the Londonderry Lancer, marching band and color guard. Great job, ladies and gentlemen. Last call on 50-50 tickets. Rolling out to the winner just before the start of today's fourth quarter of action. Final forms leading the way in sports registration for the compliance, health, and safety of our athletes and an official partner of the NHIAA. See finalforms.com for more information. Service Credit Union proud to offer school spirit debit cards for NHIAA schools. Visit NHIAA.org and learn how to sign up your school for free financial literacy training, creating cash bonuses for your programs that spread your school's spirit.
Look at how much smaller I get. I wish I had put on like second pair of pants, you know, like under there, long underwear.
Granite State Dairy Boulevard for supporting student athletes for our hardworking athletic trainers. You can learn more about how World Rugby has athletic trainers at NHIAA.org. And classic low-fat chocolate milk with 8 grams of natural protein. I'm not ready for that.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, it was exciting. Like she was so loud that it was kind of exciting, like a firework going on or something. So one day I was like giggling every time she did.
And continuing our halftime entertainment featuring
there are times where I'm like, all right, settle down.
And Beyonce. Ladies and gentlemen, the Exeter High School Blue Hawks marching band.
That's how she is about everything. You don't like it, don't like it.
Surrounded by a boat. We had to conclude my affairs.
Like a bubble border on the side.
When they had over 100, I counted them.
You know, I feel like we got like 30 kids. 45.
skip the offense for a while. But someday, we'll be sitting around a campfire, pull it out, play a really young song.
I got 3 brothers on the other side of the family. Remember the movie?
10 a.m. is too early.
I'll leave it alone.
You don't have to watch it because it takes a lot of practice. It's actually painful at first. You gotta get the calluses on your fingers.
A lot of people don't remember that movie, Dudley Moore.
Listen, we didn't get Billy quite as bad as I thought we were gonna.
My mother was so
For the size of the band, they didn't do that.
took so many years.
It's cool that they can do
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the Exeter High School Blue Hawk Marching Band. Great performances from both bands today. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for all the hard work you do. All great too.
You need the little platform for the band director. That's the only.
Halftime here in Exeter. Londonderry leading the Blue Hawks 21-7. Exeter set to receive the second half kick. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. Londonderry hoping to punch their ticket yet again to the championship round. It would be their 5th appearance in the last 6 years. After a 3 and out, the Lancer offense got going early, scoring 3 touchdowns on their next 3 possessions. Sam Ogden, a 1-yard score. Jordan Bell, a 1-yard score. And then Ogden to Wheeler, a 49-yard bomb.
Yep.
That extended the score to 21-0 early in that second quarter. Exeter, after having to punt the football in their first 4 drives, finally got the offense cooking and pieced together a 51-yard touchdown drive. In the final 3 minutes, they got Daniel Batstone in the end zone on a 2-yard touchdown run. Both defenses made plays. Londonderry 2 takeaways. Alex Villa 3 sacks in that first half, including a forced fumble. And a takeaway from the Exeter special teams on a short kick as well. So that is where we are. A relatively clean game so far, just 2 penalties, both of the 5-yard variety against Londonderry. And right now, again with Exeter set to receive, this one far from over with 24 minutes of regulation remaining.
Yeah, I mean, Alex Villa, before we get into the second half, Nick, Alex Villa just dominating in so many elements of the game. His offensive blocking in the 21-point run was absolutely just devastating. He was just going out and just cleaning house. Binder's done some of that. Kuchar's done some of that. Walden's done some of that. I mean, this has been a great offensive attack that opened up for the first quarter and a half. But there's something about this game that's got some twisty little turns to it. The momentum still. Exeter has shown that when they're in the zone, they're playing their game, they can move the ball on Londonderry. To be honest with you, you take away that kickoff debacle there that just didn't come towards Cruz, and then great effort by Exeter to get down and cover that ball. But that, to me, that was a big play. That was an opportunity to make this a one-score game. And that defensive interception was absolutely just monumental as far as what happened in that second half, why it's still a two-score game. But Exeter's going to get the ball. Here we go. They got to make something happen.
Some unofficial numbers from that first half. Adrian Cruz, the bell cow for Londonderry, 9 carries, 95 yards in that first half. Sam Ogden, a dual threat as usual, 6 carries, 16 yards and a touchdown. And 2 completions for 55 yards, including that 49-yard hookup that resulted in 6 with Ethan Wheeler. On the other side for Exeter, Daniel Batstone contained in that first half. He did score. 7 carries, 27 yards unofficially for the Exeter senior. Well, last night, Pinkerton punched their ticket to the final for the first time in 6 seasons. They beat 2-time defending champion Bedford by a final score of 27-13. Congratulations to the Astros.
Yes.
And Steve, 2 championship affairs happening right now across the state. In Division II, it is halftime. Souhegan holding a 14-0 lead over Pelham.
I mean,
the Pythons are in a bid for their 5th straight title. It would be the first championship for Souhegan since 2020.
Yeah, but to go up and beat Plymouth by that margin in Plymouth, one of the most difficult, away places to play away, and to come up with a big win like that after we saw that close, tight game went into overtime that we covered on our YouTube channel. That's worth some winter football watch if you want to go see a great football game. And it's just amazing what Coach Boquette and this team has been able to do now with a 14-0 lead. You said at halftime?
Yes.
Yeah, wow. That's quite a run here by them.
In Division III, Campbell with a big lead late in the first half, 26-7 over Interlakes. With 2 minutes and change to go before the break, Campbell in the hunt for their second Division III championship in the last 3 years.
Yeah, Nick, I got to tell you, here's Wyndham and Timberlane, well, certainly Wyndham playing with 1,000 kids in Division I, and they compete every single week, respected by the best teams in the league. To me, Nick, it's, Campbell ought to take a look at going up to Division II. They just got it going on over there. They've, and I know they would be undersized school, but the talent and the athletes and the kind of the win streak and the win percentage in Division III really would really make an already great Division II. I think they could compete very, very well.
All right, Steve, what do we see differently in the second half from either team, if any adjustments?
Well, to me, first thing you have to fix is Michael Karen can't throw the ball with these tall, running defensive rushers coming in, Nick, with their arms in the air while they're gaining and crushing that pocket. So 2 things that happen to Michael, who is not tall, but all year long they've given him the court of green space that he needs. But they're really struggling with that right now. That has to change if Coach Ball is going to throw the ball in quickly. And then secondly, if that doesn't work right off the passing game, Nick, and they can't contain that defensive line, to me, Nick, they've got to continue with that quick Batstone-led running attack through the line quickly in order to score. To me, if they don't, they need to get down, at least get great field position, change the field position game. We'll see. But to me, that's the first thing that has to happen. Second thing, Nick, is they're getting beaten by the offensive line. They started to straighten that out a little bit as the second quarter came to a close. They're going to need to continue that today. But Londonderry looks very strong. But Exeter has shown times that they can get it done as well. This crowd is going to be a big factor, home crowd, in this second half.
They were quiet for most of that first half, but they're rowdy right now.
Yeah.
Thompson set to kick off for Londonderry from the 40-yard line. Swings the left leg. It's a shorter kick. Fielded near the 15, dropped, recovered. Trying to break to his right is the return man, Garrett White. The junior's over the 30. There's a flag on the play.
Face mask on him. He got the face mask. So they're going to wind up around the 45-yard line, Nick, if not 47, 48 on a 15-yarder here.
Still a pretty good return by White.
Yeah, but they're going to get more. So that's what they needed. That's going to help them get great field position, open up the book a little bit, But to me, Nick, this is going to be about this offensive line really being able to start having an equalizing effect on the defensive line of Londonderry. Crowds into that penalty. They know their team's going to start out with great field position.
15-yarder. Third penalty of the afternoon against Londonderry. Exeter was flag free in that first half.
So if
this ball is at the Londonderry 49-yard line.
If you're going to start the second half, Nick, and get the ball, this is what you wanted.
This
right
equals the best starting field position of the day for Exeter. Under center is Karen on 1st and 10. He faces a four-man front. He hands to Batstone, left side, turns on the gas. Around the corner, first down and then some. Foot race on the sideline. He's escorted out of bounds by Ogden at the 23-yard line.
Well, I haven't seen that happen very often today, Nick. Londonderry gets pinned inside. Look at the down block right there by number 50. What a great job. Came close to clutching, but he did it just right. And he laid off when he knew Batstone was able to get, was that Batstone, I believe?
It was.
Yeah, Batstone to be able to get off the edge. What a great job by the offensive line there. This is what they're going to need.
That's the longest play from scrimmage so far today for Exeter. They go back up the middle. Bland to his right is tripped up by Teeter. As he crosses the 15, he's down at the 14, and that is close to a first down.
Offensive line firing off the ball right now, Nick, and they're starting to get good angle blocks. Obviously, there's been some adjustment. Recognize you're not going to take this defensive line straight on and win enough in order to be able to move the football effectively, so they're going to go to that traditional style of getting down angle blocks and kickouts, Nick, and they're doing a great job at it.
9-yard pickup sets up a 2nd and 1. Longest run of the afternoon for Tyler Bland. Handoff, Batstone, pounded by Binder, but he's got the first down as they mark him somewhere near the 12-yard line after a 2-yard pickup.
Fans into it.
Now, this is what Exeter was hoping for. Good starting field position, aided by the penalty on special teams. They rip off 2 big runs, and now they're in the red zone. First down and 10 from the 12-yard line. Just over a minute gone by, third quarter. Exeter hoping to make this a one-score game again. Handoff, Batstone, left side, cuts upfield. He's inside the 10, but not much more than that. Stopped by Carson Palma, who's really checking in defensively today for Londonderry.
Yes, he is. But Exeter's offensive line, Nick, I'm watching interior. They're doing a good job. They're much more effective right now, opening up some lanes, and they're going to need to continue to do that.
2nd down and 8. Karen under center again, another long count. Handoff Bland. He's got room over left guard. He's inside the 5 before he's tripped up by Palma.
Doing a nice job cutting upfield, Nick. He's finding seams that the offensive line has given him. Watch him turn sideways and slide. You're going to see him come off the side and then turn sideways and slides up, grabs another 2 yards. Watch. What a gifted runner he is. Yep.
Third carry of the drive for Bland. Sets up a 3rd and 1. Straight T formation. Londonderry showing blitz. Karen takes the snap. Batstone. Hole left side.
He's in.
In to the end zone.
That's what they needed.
A 4-yard score, and Exeter is right back in the football game. It's 21-13.
Yeah, all started out with giving these guys a kick return. It's one of those things. You give these kind of athletes kick return opportunities, Nick. And boy, did they capitalize on that great field position. It took very little time off the clock to get in the end zone and make this potentially, officially a one-score game, and can make it within 7.
Just 2.5 minutes off the clock. Adams, extra point up and good. The sophomore splits the uprights, 21-14.
Coach Ball, walking down much more confident in that sideline. He's got his guys rolling. And this hometown crowd is on their feet. Let's go! Cheering on the Blue Hawk.
So the offense stuck in the mud to begin the game.
Not there.
4 straight 3-and-outs. Came alive late in that second quarter. Scored the lone touchdown before halftime inside of 3 minutes. And here on the opening possession of the third quarter, they go down 49 yards. It's capped off by a 4-yard touchdown run by Daniel Batstone, his second score of the afternoon.
Just getting off the ball better, Nick. They're getting off low. They're firing into the bellies. Low man wins. You can be outweighed. You can even be outstrength. But if you have great technique and know how to get in and down block and cross block, that's what they're doing. And then they're flooding the pullers in the zone, and that's giving Batstone and Bland, running opportunities. And, it's fine. 4 or 5 yards at a time will get it done. They're in the wheelhouse right now.
Adams' kick, another deep one.
Wow.
Fielded by Palm at the 3-yard line. He's out to the 10, makes a move to his right, turns on the gas at the 20, up to the 30. Along the sideline at the 40 before he's finally pushed out of bounds. Right around the 45-yard line. An excellent return by the senior. Exactly the medicine that Londonderry was hoping to take.
This is just kind of like the OK Corral, Nick. We're just going to special team kickoffs. We're just going to kick it to their best player and see if we can defend it. Well, so far, it hasn't happened. It hasn't worked too well for either team. A little surprised that they're doing this, Nick, in the game, especially with a 21-7 lead. Why don't you just kick it down outside the hashes there?
A lot of speed at the back end for both teams.
Yeah, these are great field position for both teams off of the kickoff.
Londonderry starts at their own 42. The pitch right side on 1st and 10. Cruz trying to find a seam. Makes his way up to the 44, trying to make something out of nothing there. Stopped by Exeter's Jackson Green.
You got to give Cruz credit for finding 3 yards there, Nick, really. I mean, that just shows the Blue Hawk defense. It was holding the line. They were staying square and getting their hips up front and maintaining separation. And Cruz just had to step about 3 or 4 times. But give him credit. He chose the right seam. He got him at least 3 yards, but there was really nothing there.
He's approaching the century mark. Unofficially, 10 carries, 97 yards. Of course, he ripped off a long run of 60 yards in the first quarter. Going to pitch to the junior again. Here comes Cruz, left side this time. A vicious stiff arm is going to bring him up to midfield.
Yeah, I don't think he cares, though. He stuck right in there.
That's Bland with the tackle who took the right arm to the face mask there.
Yeah, Bland must have had one of those high-protein cheeseburgers at halftime because let me tell you, he's got some energy behind him right now on both sides of the ball. And you can just see this pacing back and forth on defense. A lot of guys talking to each other on the Blue Hawk defense. That's a sign that there's confidence. They understand the sense of urgency. And when, they're coming out in the second half playing like an undefeated team.
Londonderry hoping to keep the drive alive on 3rd and 4. They have to find the Exeter 48 for a first down.
Transitional play here, Nick, as far as I'm concerned.
2 receivers right side. Ogden going to go under center this time with Cruz behind him. They fake the pitch. The senior is going to plant his feet, fire a pass that's incomplete, but there's a flag on the play.
Yep, I think you got defensive holding, Nick.
Intended for the senior tight end, Nathan Marshall. And
I could
let's
be
see
wrong.
what the flag is about. Referee Jason Patch is going to have a word with the officials.
Illegal man downfield.
And it's against Londonderry.
Coach Ball going to get right in on this one and figure out what his best option is. I think he's going to take the penalty, Nick. I don't think he's...
Well, if he declines, it's 4th and 4.
Declines. He's going to say, okay, you want to go 4th down and 4, go ahead. I'll put my defense up against you, as opposed to giving them another 2 shots. So
Coach Lozon not going to take the bait. He's going to bring the punt unit out.
Yep.
So for just the second time this afternoon, we should see Villa punt this football unless there's a fake involved.
Yeah, well, I think you said it, Nick. I was thinking the same thing. You get a good blocking angle, but right now I like the setup of the Blue Hawk defense to contain that, Nick. They're kind of giving a little bit of the middle there and going to try to contain the outside, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
Ogden takes the short
snap. He didn't get it.
And he is well shy as he's tackled just short of midfield. Well, a great job by Exeter as they get a special teams win there. They
close the
sniff
gap.
out the fake, and they hold Ogden to just a 2-yard gain. Exeter going to take over at the same spot they started their last drive at the Londonderry 49.
All confidence here on the home side, Nick. You can feel it in the air here. That's a big defensive play. I thought that he was going to pitch it to Villa. I'm surprised he didn't.
Just a 1-yard carry for Ogden. Handoff, Jack Kavanaugh gets around the corner and slips out of bounds just shy of the Lancer 40-yard line.
Yeah, momentum is changing in this game as we speak. Each and every play, Nick, moving to the Blue Hawk side. This is when you on a defense, you've got to make something happen. But right now, they are feeling like they're running downhill.
Exeter trailed at one point, 21-0 early in the second quarter.
They're getting
They
the edge.
scored the last 14 points and look for the first down marker here on second down. Bland has got it as he knifes his way down to the Londonderry 35-yard line, a gain of 7.
Yeah, this is just a great strategy. You know, the passing game wasn't working. And now, that's different from doing a play-action pass because, you know, they're stacking the box, but this is more reactive passing. They're going to go with a run here.
1st and 10, Batstone around
He's
the
got
left
the
edge.
corner.
30, 25, 20, still in bounds at the 15 before he spilled down at about the 14.
I'm still trying to figure what they're doing to gain the edge on Londonderry, which they could not do the whole half. Let's take a look. Yeah, it looks to me like Palmer went up a little bit too vertical, Nick. They're going to have to start playing the contain on this because they're going to keep on exploiting it, and they're just getting a great job. And, boy, when he gets just a little bit, he's got a great stiff arm as well with any tackler.
They go to Bland here with a quick hitter on 1st and 10, and he finds a crack. Inside the 5, leans his way down to the 4-yard line.
Yeah, they're getting Londonderry's playing a little bit on the heels, Nick. You can see it. They're getting beaten off the line, and they're standing up. Low men on the offensive line is winning. Just the opposite would have happened most of the first half, and Londonderry is cruising right now with this lethal offense that's destroyed defenses all year long.
1st and goal from the 3-yard line. Exeter hoping to tie the game on this drive. Batstone is going to stumble a little shy.
Yeah.
He's marked down at the 1-yard line. That'll set up a 2nd down and goal.
Yeah, you see Binder and Kuchar both going backwards, ending up 3 yards back after every single carry.
And
Nick,
now
that
a
was not
flag
happening.
is thrown here, Steve.
Really?
A flag thrown late, well after the play. Not sure what this is about.
No,
Here's Jason Patch.
They're acting like they're checking with Lozon to see what he wanted, Coach Lozon. Defense.
A sideline warning is issued. So the football will not move, just a warning.
Yep. Well, that's the right thing to do in a game like this, Nick. Give a warning if it, whatever. I don't know what it was.
Sideline warning. Karen on a keeper up the middle.
Got it.
The officials say no.
Wow, I thought he was in. Let's take a look at this again. I thought, did Karen keep it or did he hand it off?
It was a keeper, and the tackle is made
We're going to see it here.
Shy of the goal line. We're at the midway point, 3rd quarter, a 3rd down and goal coming up here for
that was
Exeter.
close. That was really close. Yeah, number 58, Walden, came in and got a good stick. Yeah, good call by the officials. 3rd down.
T formation, same play. Karen is repelled as Londonderry able to consolidate defensively. And now it's going to be 4th and goal for Exeter.
Did he lose a yard or did he get back to the line of scrimmage? It looks like he got back to the line of scrimmage, Dickie. It's close.
Going to spot it again just outside the goal line.
Really surprised on a quarterback keeper twice in that when you've got Batstone and Kavanaugh and
Well, you got Kuchar and Binder on the other side.
Kuchar and Binder on the other side. But, I mean, no, I was saying the choice to have a quarterback keeper twice.
Here we go. Will the 4th time be the charm? 4th and goal. This time it's Batstone, left side, and this time he is in for the touchdown.
Well,
a hat trick for the senior. His 3rd touchdown of the afternoon as Exeter rolls the dice on 4th and goal. And with 5 minutes remaining in this 3rd quarter, they are 1 point away from tying the game.
Well, whatever was said in the halftime group before they came out, Nick, must have been pretty prolific because they are on fire right now, and they're getting it done individual play with individual players.
Adams trying to tie the game with the extra point, and he does. 21 all. So Londonderry, they scored the first 21 points of the game. Exeter has scored the last 21. And we got a brand new football game here in the Division I semifinals. Just over 5 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. 21 apiece as Exeter has scored 2 touchdowns in this 3rd quarter on just 2 possessions.
What We got 8 minutes. What an 8 minutes. 14 points here, answered back by the Blue Hawks, Nick. And a lot of that was started by the fact they get the kickoff and they got tremendous yardage, and it opened things up. Instead of like pinning them back or getting them inside the 30, between that and the 15-yard penalty, it just created an opportunity for them to have a short field and ignite the that attitude that they've had all year long. And they are rocking right now. Londonderry's got to figure out how to get this game back to parity and gain the advantage again. But right now, Exeter looks pretty formidable.
Adams, another booming kick into the end zone.
Yeah, that's just, they're feeling good right now. You can just see it.
Well, we had heard the scouting report on the sophomore Jonathan Adams. He was described as a weapon.
Yep.
And he may, Steve, have the strongest leg in the state.
By that kick, Nick, I mean, how many times have you seen that happen all year long? And we pretty much have cross-sectioned the whole Division I. At least in Division I, that is one heck of a kick right there. You know, there's a little bit of wind there, but that had a lot already.
1st and 10 from the 20-yard line after the touchback.
These field positions at 20 yards versus
Londonderry hoping to get something going after a 3-and-out on their previous drive. Wheeler in motion. Out of the pistol, it's Ogden on a quarterback run up the middle. Slowed by both Green and Batstone after crossing the 23-yard line.
Yeah,
they spot him at the 24 for a 2nd and 6 coming up.
This is 11 defensive players, extremely active, Nick, working in unison. And they're just doing a great job with individual efforts that look collectively like a machine right now. And Ogden just tried to slam his way through, really struggled for that 4 yards. But they got to gradually, that's what they got to do to get themselves out of the kind of the funk that they're in right now. They've got to answer back, or this game could wind up going the other way with a tie score.
Handoff Cruz on 2nd and 6. Great stutter step.
Oh, that's a great move.
And then dives across the 30 for a 1st down at the 32.
Yeah, used to call guys like this money. He is money. He just, if it's not there, he manufactures it on his own, and he makes people miss.
And he's over 100 yards on the afternoon with that 8-yard pickup.
Most turnarounds, most momentum changes back, Nick, come from individual play by play, kind of a lamp under your feet approach where you just keep on scrapping back. And sometimes it's big breakout plays, but most of the times it's stuff like this that gradually works the ball downfield.
3 receivers set this time for a 1st and 10 from their own 31. Ogden going to keep it himself, turn his back to the defense before he's spun down again by Green at the 34-yard line, just a 2-yard pickup.
Yep.
Green really starting to check in, Steve, now with a team-high 6 tackles for Exeter. So a 2nd down and 8 on the way after that 2-yard pickup from Ogden. And while the clock starting to grind down towards the 3-minute mark here in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 7. Out of the pistol, Ogden to his right, going to tuck and run, squeezes through the hole, over the 35 up to the 37.
Yeah.
Another 3-yard pickup that'll set up a 3rd down and about 5.
Yeah, really surprised that Ogden kept that ball, Nick. There was a pitch out there to Cruz, and he had the edge. They're definitely taking the, Fosen strong, just holding strong, I should say, on the interior part. That's what Exeter is. But that particular time, they all came inside defensively, and Cruz was open to get off the edge.
Both Wagner and Graney combining on the tackle.
Got to be looking for that pitch.
And now a 3rd down and 5. Again, the Exeter faithful on their feet.
They sure are.
Ogden to his right, trying to get away from Graney. Graney's got him by the shirt, and he wraps him up.
Same thing. Something's not going well there with this pitch play, Nick. You got to make that decision earlier than this. That's 2 times, actually 3 times. I actually think on the kick, on the fake punt, Nick, same situation. He chose to run the ball rather than pitching out to Villa. Villa was open wide. So that's 3 times he's decided to go at keeper, and I don't think it's necessarily worked in their favor. Give the Blue Hawk defense credit. They have what a quarter they've had so far.
4th down and 7. Londonderry set to punt the football. And I doubt we see a fake this time. Meanwhile, a flag flies. That's the referee himself, Jason Patch.
What is going on there?
Who throws the flag in the backfield.
Yep. Warning, they're gonna go after it
It's an illegal
again.
substitution against Londonderry.
Yep.
That is the 4th penalty of the day against the Lancers. We have not seen a penalty against Exeter. 4th and 7 turns into 4th and 12.
I'll be shocked if they punt it directly to the return man, Nick.
And Sam Dulac, who's back at his own 35. Villa takes the long snap.
What's
this
going
one is
on
blown
now?
Dead.
False start. Yep, things are just not in sync right now for the Lancers, Nick, in the second half so far. There's really, sometimes things just start rolling against you and the weight gets heavy in order to try to get yourself back in line.
2 consecutive 5-yard penalties.
But I will tell you that this punt here is crucial, that they got to push them back into Blue Hawk territory.
Villa takes a low snap, gets off a wallop of a kick.
Put it
Dulac,
right to him.
No fair catch. He's going to run this across midfield. To his right, trying to find the 45, and eventually dragged down by Majarian near midfield. It'll be interesting to see where they mark this football.
Yep.
They're going to give him the forward progress at the Londonderry 47. So for the 3rd straight time in this quarter, Exeter set to begin a drive on the Lancer side of the 50-yard line.
Yeah, but I mean, when you kick a line shot right to the kick returner, Nick, it just gives them an advantage to get upfield. I think he caught that at his own 41, maybe, somewhere around there, and he's gained himself almost 12 yards and probably could have been more if he stayed left.
So Exeter now playing for the lead for the first time as we approach 1 minute to go in this 3rd quarter. Kavanaugh is stopped.
41.
Wrapped up on a good open field tackle on the edge by Cam Ayotte, one of the 32 seniors for Londonderry.
Yeah, he
going to hold Kavanaugh to just 1 there.
He checked into that game pretty well last week, I thought, against South Nick. He had some key plays in that game as well, and they're going to need this kind of stout defensive play, and they've got to get the ball back. Blue Hawks rolling right now, more than happy to keep possession.
2nd down and 9. Karen back under center against the 5-man front. Another quick hitter for Bland. He spins in the hole, but he's wrapped up by Binder and dropped after crossing the 45 at the 44-yard line. So we've got here a 3rd down and 6 for Exeter. And we'll see if we have one more snap in us here in the 3rd quarter. We're down to 15 seconds.
Boy, I'll tell you, there's some interest in New Hampshire Division I football. There's a ton. Thank you for all of our viewers out there. Feel free to subscribe to our FNLNH Media YouTube channel. We love subscribers. Join us.
3rd quarter in the books. We got a brand new football game. The momentum is with Exeter. Can Londonderry counter? A trip to the championship game is on the line. 4th quarter next. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Got a brand new game here with 12 minutes to go in regulation in this Division I semifinal. Nick and Astis, Steve Beals with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Exeter fell behind 21-0 as it looked like Londonderry was going to cruise in that first half. Exeter with 2 touchdowns in the 3rd quarter. We got a brand new game tied at 21. Here's Batstone on a right side run. And that's not going to be enough as he stopped at the Londonderry 40-yard line. About 2 yards shy. They're going to mark him at the 41.
Interesting call here.
4th down and 2 coming up.
I think it's very likely he's going to just keep Michael Karen in there. He is.
4th down and 2. First down markers at the 39. And you're right, Karen is going to break huddle. The 5'9" senior quarterback comes under center. The Exeter fans are on their feet.
Big
Londonderry
play.
with a 5-man front. Blandon Batstone in the backfield. They hand to Batstone. He cuts up. He is going to be very close. Tackle by Walden.
I think he's
and it's
short.
going to depend on the spot.
I think he's short. Londonderry's got it. They had to get down to the 42, Nick. I'm pretty sure it was the 42 he had to line to gain. And Jason Patch just called a first down for Londonderry. So what a defensive stand right there. It took a lot to come after that man and stop him in his tracks.
Great job by Walden, who got into the backfield, wrapped up, and then hung on for dear life. His third stop unofficially today. So Londonderry take a deep breath. They bring their offense back onto the field as they begin this drive from their own 37-yard line.
Well, defense has held up great for the Blue Hawks. Let's see if they can continue that trend. They've done a great job.
Here's Cruz on a first down carry up the middle. Nothing there. At the bottom of the pile for Exeter is Noah Thomas, the 6'2", 215-pound senior. Unofficially with 3 tackles of his own today. Cruz picks up 2 on the carry. We've got a 2nd and 8 coming up for Londonderry.
Nick, this is a war going on right now. This is just pressing the limits right here.
Well, this is what you play for, especially if you're a senior.
Absolutely.
A chance to get to the championship round. For Londonderry, it would be their 5th time in 6 years. Exeter trying to return to the big stage for the first time since 2019. 2nd and 8, handoff Cruz. He's got a hole. He cuts up to midfield and a first down and then some.
Great job by number 22 right there. You never like it when your safeties and your corners are making tackles, Nick. But boy, he saved Cruz from going right to the house there. How about the offensive line work on the left-hand side? And Cruz waited for that to develop, and that's the best run Londonderry's had the whole since the second half, Nick. They've really been stuffed by that defense. Let's see if they can continue to do that.
And you're right, that is their longest play since halftime, a 15-yard pickup for Cruz. He's been the bell cow today. And he's behind Ogden in the pistol. They fake the pitch to him. They keep it with the senior quarterback. Makes some room to his right, and eventually is spun down at about the 37-yard line. A gain of 8 to set up 2nd and short.
That's worked for him. That play has worked for him very well in the first half. Cruz draws so many assets, so much attention to him that he forces everybody to look and make that glance step toward him. And that's what all Ogden needs to be able to turn the other way and grab some yardage. Thought he ran with a little more force that time. He's been a little tentative when he's been running this whole second half. That was more like what we saw in the first half. But he had a little running lane as well.
That's also his longest run today.
Yep.
Of 8 yards. 2nd down and 2. Londonderry hoping to build some momentum on this drive. They go back to Cruz, a right side run, trying to dig out yardage at the 30 before Green spins him down at about the 29.
Yeah, the value of Alex Villa is just amazing. I know Coach Lozon and crew are so high in this man, and you can see why. Scary when you think he's a junior, and he is. But watch this block by Cruz up front to the right-hand side. He just wastes the defender there. I believe it was number 32, and just completely opened up that hole for Cruz to grab some serious yardage. This is the Londonderry drive that they wanted. Both of these teams just duking it out here.
Cruz, another 8-yard pickup to set a 1st down and 10 at the Exeter 29. Back to Cruz. Why not? He goes up the middle and tumbles his way down to the 25 for another 4-yard pickup.
Yep. Ooh, not a very good spot. But
he was near 100 yards in the first half.
He's got to be over now, right?
And he's well over that at this point. He's been starting to gash this defense on this drive.
Yep.
And we got ourselves a 2nd down and 6 officially from the 25-yard line. How about 45 more since halftime, Steve, for a grand total of 140 unofficially for the junior Adrian Cruz.
Absolutely.
2nd and 6, back to him.
What a defensive.
This time the hole snapped shut. Sam Dulac is there with open arms for Exeter.
You just got to look how number 71, I don't have that.
Kellen Bateman.
Yeah, Kellen Bateman. He's having himself a game today, Nick. Really checking in. He caused havoc. Look at the havoc that he creates in there. And that's what forced the running back to just have to completely shift space, and everybody else comes in for support. Both of these teams, very much like last night, a lot of pride with all 4 of these final teams, and both of them are playing with tremendous pride. They're resolute. They're committed.
3rd down and 4.
And they're giving everything they got.
Out of the pistol, Ogden fakes the pitch, comes right side. He's got a seam. He's got a 1st down, and he's got himself inside the 5 before it's all said and done. Batstone saved the tackle with the stop at the 4-yard line. That's a 20-yard gain for Ogden, and it's 1st and goal, Londonderry.
Yeah, Ogden created almost like an elastic band there that was being stretched off of his uniform as he's running. Watch right there, you see. And he obviously has done some good training to be able to bust through that. What a great run. And Basso comes in the end and tries to knock the ball loose. Smart play, but he was well into the secondary by then.
Ogden was on the watch list for the Ukika Player of the Year award.
Yep.
And we're finding out why with a strong second half. They keep it number 12's hands, and he scores a touchdown.
Tremendous blocking there.
A 3-yard run to his right. Open field. The quarterback takes advantage for his 2nd score of the afternoon, and Londonderry is back out in front with 5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. It's 27-21 Lancers.
Watch the 48, David Majarian over here. Watch that inside block. You can't see it from that angle. That kid did a terrific job. Young man did a terrific job.
And now Thompson, who has been perfect today on extra point tries, trying to put his club up 7. Good snap, good hold, and a good left-footed kick down the middle. 28-21 Londonderry.
Wow, what a game.
So there's the answer, Steve. Coach Lozon was hoping to find from his offense as they march down the field, take nearly 5 minutes off the clock, and re-establish a 1-score lead.
Well, you had a 14-point lead coming in. To me, Nick, Londonderry seemed to come out flat, and the Blue Hawks just came out on fire. They did a tremendous job tying up this game. Now it looks to me like both teams are completely almost in parity with what their mission and what they're trying to accomplish out on the offensive side of the ball as well as defense. But let's not forget, the offensive drive was fantastic, no question. But the defensive stand by Londonderry down there in order to get them back the ball was just a real turning point in the as we approach the 4th quarter here.
Came up with a stop on 4th and 2.
Yep.
Took over near their own 40-yard line and goes 60-plus yards, capped off by a 3-yard touchdown run by Sam Ogden, his 2nd score of the afternoon. Londonderry scored the first 21 points, Exeter the next 21. Londonderry 7 a moment ago, and it's 28-21, and now the onus on Exeter to respond with inside of 7 minutes to go in this 4th quarter.
Let's see if they kick it right to them or they...
Short kick.
Boy.
It's down the middle, and here's Batstone. 15-20, a seam up the middle across the 30. Not Batstone, rather, but White. Garrett White on his 2nd return. It's another good one.
Yep. Yeah.
In the neighborhood of the Exeter 38-yard line.
That was a great return there, Nick. And, boy, no fear going through the little channel there that opened up. But I got to give Londonderry credit because I thought when I looked at that, Nick, I thought he was gone. I thought as he was going through it, he was gone. But Londonderry's speed was able to catch him. A great field position for the Blue Hawks here. Let's see what they can do on offense.
1st and 10 from their own 38. A 5-man front for Londonderry. Wingback near side. They run to that side with Batstone. Turns on the gas. Shoved out of bounds by Paquette. Where exactly? The officials will spot him, I believe, at the 45-yard line.
Yep.
Gain of 7. Set up 2nd and 3.
This is totally what I expected in this football game, Nick. This thing's going to come down to the wire. 6:43. Clock stopped at the current time. Batstone got out of bounds, but got to keep a good eye on that clock.
Nearing the midway point, 4th quarter. 2nd down and 3. Karen, handoff, Bland, and spun down by Freitas, very close to the 1st down marker.
Yeah, he is. I think he just really depends on, as always, on the spot. I would say he's about a foot short, I would say. They're going to measure.
Yeah, they're going to take a look as our referee, Jason Patch,
I think he's a foot
is
short.
going to bring the chain gang onto the field. I think it may be closer than that.
Oh, boy.
An inch or two, maybe.
Now Nick's going to start slicing and dicing me here. I'm going to say it's a foot, my good friend. What do you think?
Either way, we're in agreement it's short.
It is.
We'll see what the officials think.
It looks like a foot to me.
Maybe a toddler's foot. Third down and short here, and Exeter going to, I'd imagine, stay with the ground game here.
I would think. The ground game, the quick hitting ground game, Nick, has worked really well for Exeter here. It is their mainstay. And, the passing game just didn't work. And I think, as we've talked many times today, it just is that he's having a difficult time getting vision. And the passing game has had passing offensive line work has been difficult to try to contain this defensive line. This running system is working.
3rd and inches. Londonderry showing blitz. Hand off left side. Batstone gets through the line, breaks a tackle before Villa catches up with him.
Yep.
At the 42-yard line. A big burst there.
Yep.
And a gain of 10 up the middle for Batstone. He's really come alive in the second half.
He just has a motor that just doesn't stop running, Nick.
3 touchdowns today for the senior. He's one of the 3 finalists for the Ukika Player of the Year award.
Well deserved.
Midway through 4th quarter, 1st and 10 Exeter. They trail by 7, but they're on the march from the 42.
Oh.
A little bit of a bunched play there. Binder. As Paul Binder crashes the party. Boy, he is checked in big time. 5 tackles now up front for the senior.
You know what?
No gain on that carry.
Sorry, Nick. You know what impresses me is when he slides down the line. He comes through in a gap, and the runner's going 2 gaps down, and that big, strong, lanky body's able to just slide down the line. You got to look at that and say, wow, this kid's college material, D1 for sure.
I may have shortchanged him. I've got him actually for 6 tackles today. Batstone left side trying to find a hole. And does cross the 40 down to about the 36-yard line.
Yep.
Good pickup there of 6 yards, sets up a 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, good programs, Nick, have great conditioning. Both of these teams are playing with 5:11 and counting left in the 4th quarter with the same sort of energy they played when they first came out, Nick. Just shows you these guys don't tire because they come ready to play. A lot of competition to earn a spot on both of these teams. And you're seeing why right here.
3rd and 4. Inside of 5 minutes to go, 4th quarter. Exeter trying to find the 32-yard line for a 1st down. They go to Bland on a quick hit up the middle. And a good, strong finish to the run, I think, is going to do the difference.
Yep.
As he's down at the 31, that is a 1st down for Exeter.
This is just total sellout commitment on both offensive lines, Nick, doing their job of helping their team work it downfield. This is grinding off serious clock time. We got 4:37 left. You kind of wonder if it's going to be just who gets the ball last, what's going to happen. But that clock is burning off quick.
1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. Long count from Karen. Handoff Kavanaugh. Room on the edge. Gets around Villa before he's dragged down out of the secondary by Luongo. Still a good pickup there.
Luongo's checked in some big tackles today, too. There wasn't a lot left to pick up that runner if he doesn't make that tackle.
Holds him to 7.
Good blocking lane put in together by the Blue Hawks there.
And Luongo also with an interception to his credit back in the 1st half. Inside of 4 minutes. Tick, tick, tick. Clock becoming a major factor. 2nd down and 3 for Exeter. Again, Londonderry showing blitz, and this pays off. Binder again, along with a number of white jerseys, shut down the hole. Bland slow to get up.
Yeah, slow to that left leg is kind of twisted. He's got it taped up, really. Both of his ankles taped up, really heavy there, Nick. But that time it looked like it was just, watch the twist here as he goes down. Kind of gets locked on the ground there. Yeah, hopefully he's okay.
He's going to stay in the huddle.
Yeah, he's tough.
3rd and 4 from the 25, ticking down towards 3 minutes. Again, a loaded box for the Lancers. Karen, handoff, Batstone trying to find the edge. Palma trying to slow him down, and he drags him down at the 28-yard line, well shy of the 1st down marker.
So hard to bring him down, Nick, and look at that tackle. He knows it. His teammates know how big a play that was. He was not going to be denied. And all of these Blue Hawk runners, Nick, know how to stiff arm. They're trained extremely well how to do it, and he fought through that and was able to bring him down. That is a big play in this game.
Palma with 6 tackles of his own for Londonderry.
They're going.
Sets up a 4th down and 6. Exeter going to roll the dice as we approach 2.5 to go in the 4th quarter. Karen is going to look to throw. It is caught. Batstone is open in the flat. He's inside the 20. He's at the 15, and it's a 1st down for the Blue Hawks.
What a well-designed play, Nick. All designed based on past inability to be able to throw the ball downfield. They gave him a pretty decent pocket that time, but the whole thing was set up by blockers on the left side here. Look at this. Nobody knew this was coming. Nobody. And look at the blockers set up out in front.
First completion of the day
call
for Michael Karen, and it comes at a perfect time for Exeter. Coming up in 2 minutes. 1st and 10, Bland trying to shuffle his way through the crowd at the 19-yard line is repelled by Kuchar and Freitas. They're going to give him forward progress at the 13-yard line.
Boy, what a great play call and what great execution. Michael Karen did a terrific job, Nick, of selling that downfield. Nobody picked it up, and they had loads of green space to get the first down and plenty more.
Only a yard pickup for Bland. Sets up a 2nd down and 9 from the 13. Coming up on 100 seconds to go, 4th quarter. Exeter down by 7. They pitch to Bland. He cuts upfield. He is stopped at the 10 by Freitas and Binder.
3rd down. Boy, the clock is burning off here.
It sure is. 5 stops for Freitas today. Binder is up to 8 tackles by my count.
I'm going to say
Coach Ball is going to use a timeout here to stop the clock with 1:30 remaining. His club facing a 3rd down coming up. Our broadcast brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance gets you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. By the New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit nhtomahawks.com and also girls.nhtomahawks.com. And finally by Colonial Printing. Family owned and operated for over 50 years. Start your next project today at colonialprintingnh.com. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance. We are broadcasting in conjunction today with the NFHS Network. Division I semifinals. The winner goes on to championship Saturday where the Pinkerton Astros await. Londonderry once held a 21-0 lead today. Exeter came back to tie the game at 21, and now the Blue Hawks trailing 28-21 face a 3rd down and 6. Out of the timeout, handoff. No, it's a pass, and it is caught in the end zone for a touchdown. Sam Dulac able to hang on through contact. He got 1 foot down on the sideline in the end zone, and Exeter is once again within 1 point at 28-27.
Let's see if he got both feet in. I think he may have got both feet in, Nick. What a terrific job, knowing exactly where to be. Good defensive play there. I thought they had it covered. He's got one, both feet in, one in regular play and the other in the end zone. What a play, what a drive.
Adams for the tying extra point. It's up and good, and we've got a fresh game yet again. 28 apiece. Exeter. They moved down the field. They rolled the dice on 4th down. And the touchdown comes on 3rd down. A pass from Michael Karen to Sam Dulac. A 10-yard strike through the air, and we are once again tied at 28.
Nick, what a ball game. I wish, there's no way that this wasn't expected. We talked about it, Nick. How do you pick a team here? These two teams are so well matched. And they are putting together a honey of a ball game for everybody to watch. I hope you're enjoying it, folks. This is going to go right down to the wire. 123, but they did burn a timeout. So Coach Lozon only has 2 timeouts left. Yeah, that's what it says on the board here.
I thought that last touchdown was called by timeout was called by Exeter.
Well,
but I may be mistaken.
If the Blue Hawks are home, they've got it at 3, and they've got the guest at 2. So I'm going by the scoreboard. Let's assume that's correct. 123. The big thing here is to get a good run back, good field position. We'll see what the kickoff looks like. I would be surprised if they don't let him run it back. Oh, they're gonna right to Cruz
at the 20. The junior going to break back to the middle, little shake and bake. He's out to 25, around the corner to the 30, hit at the 35, and driven down by the kicker, Jonathan Adams, right at the 35-yard line. Pretty good return. It takes 9 seconds off the clock, so Exeter with 74 seconds remaining to work with and again 2 timeouts.
I'm going to say the 25-yard line is the target field goal territory that we could see so far. Wind is not as a factor right now, so they'll lose a little of that at the back. But he's proven, I think, at around 37, 39 yards, he can get it done. But it's going to take a heck of a kick. We'll see. 2 timeouts, can stop it twice. What a game.
Home fans on their feet. Here comes Sam Ogden. 2 touchdowns to his credit today. He's going to check the wristband here before this 1st and 10 snap. 2 wingbacks, a receiver left side. Cruz is going to vacate the backfield. Snap taken. Ogden has time, throws over the middle. It is complete to the tight end. And Nathan Marshall is going to be very close to the first down stick.
They're
going to say move the chains after that 10-yard catch. That's his first grab of the day.
So 1:06 left.
Clock for the moment.
Yep.
Well, now it is ticking.
Yep, it's ticking fast,
We're
too.
down to a minute. Meanwhile, Ogden trying to get the play call.
A lot of time.
Coach Lozon flashing signals from the visitor sideline. First down and 10. Snap taken. Handoff Cruz. And the hole is shut down. Exeter's Alex Ruska checks in with a big stop. Exeter says they have the football. The officials trying to sort out the pile.
Let's take a look at it.
Referee Jason Patch says pump the brakes. Coach Ball is signaling that his team has the ball. The officials are talking it over.
Let's see.
Coach Lozon a few feet onto the field. The conversation continues amongst the officials. The clock is stopped right now with 43 seconds remaining.
That's our ball!
Okay, so the play was blown dead, then the ball came out. Coach Lozon going to use a timeout here, and we hear the boos from the Exeter fans.
Yeah, it's close. Hard to tell. The best view was the last one we just saw. Hard to tell if his knee was on the ground or not because there was so many players involved.
Just a 1-yard carry.
Coach Ball not happy right now. I think he thinks he had the ball.
He's usually pretty stoic on the sideline. The long-time head coach showing some emotion here as the call does not go his way.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, his defense holds Londonderry to a 1-yard gain, 2nd and 9
We're going to
coming
see
up.
it again here. Looks to before it's the ball definitely was out. The question is, was his right knee down, and it's just too hard to tell for us. So
well, either way, the officials blew it dead. And now Londonderry going to break the huddle with the football still in their possession. We could see Coach Ball. He's still having a face-to-face conversation well onto the field with referee Jason Patch.
Yeah, he's frustrated. I think from his perspective, I think he did not think that knee was down. Like I say, from our angles, it's just too difficult to say. Could have gone either way.
2nd down and 9. Looks like Exeter is only going to rush 3 here. Ogden with time throws, complete to Paquette. 1st down and then some. He's tripped up by Dulac. Shy of the 35. They're going to spot him at the 36.
Wow.
Clock is going to freeze for the moment as the chain gang moves. Once they're set, the clock will reset. Meanwhile, Londonderry gets right to the line of scrimmage. Ogden goes under center, takes a snap, and spikes the ball to stop the clock. That occurs with just inside of 33 seconds. Now, 2nd and 10 coming.
Why do that? Why waste that down? Because the timeout is worth more than the down. This gives Coach Lozon an opportunity to throw a pass in the middle part of the field and still stop the clock. So that was a critical thing to do to get them ready and set as those sticks were moving. Give the Londonderry offense a lot of credit there for getting that done so quickly and efficiently. They still got 32.6 seconds on the clock with a timeout. What a game.
Game tied at 28.
So proud of both of these teams.
Empty set here for Londonderry, and now a timeout is called by Coach Ball.
Good. He's fired up right now.
Wants to address that defense. Exeter going to use their first timeout.
Yeah, I think he's really upset about that fumble, non-call on the fumble, Nick. And like I say, we've looked at it here like 5 times. You just can't tell. But the ball definitely came loose. It was just whether or not the knee was down, and we couldn't see that. So you folks saw it at home.
Well, it also depends on when the whistle happened.
Yeah, that's another compound factor as well. Could be either way that happened. And
so 2nd down and 10 here, Steve. You mentioned earlier the kicking range of Blake Thompson, the left-footed kicker. He's a 2-year starter. He's frankly one of the better kickers in the state.
Yeah, he's good.
got a little bit of a breeze to his back, trying to aid the kick.
You're right, it's picked up.
And what is the target to gain line in your mind?
To me, Nick, the absolute outlier would be the 25-yard line, which would basically make it a 40-yard kick, Nick. I thought he had that just over the crossbar on his best kick. But with the wind aid, who knows? But the 20 would be more ideal. So there's a ways to go.
Cruz in motion on 2nd and 10. Palma finds Paquette. It's a wide receiver screen. He crosses the 30. He's still on his feet. He breaks a tackle. He's at the 20. Breaks to the outside at the 10. Cavanaugh rides him down at the 9. And he was never down.
He
was never down. He rolled on top of the defender, never made contact with the turf, and a heads-up play by the senior to keep going.
Right on, Nick. You said it. He rolled on the top of the body, and he did a complete – watch this, folks. You're going to see he falls down on the guy. He has got his hand, but his knees or forearm never touch the ground. What a heads-up play there.
It's a 28-yard pickup, and now a timeout is going to be called with 12 seconds remaining. The football is spotted.
Oh, there's some discussion.
Where, at the
officials.
6-yard line?
The officials are discussing this. Oh, it was about the time.
Okay, they're going to add time.
Wow.
From 12 to 19, so a 7-second addition here.
Yeah, we're going to see it again, Nick. Take a look at this, folks. Oh, I thought. Can we run that again while we're in this break here? Here we go. Thank you, Ben. So, watch this. If the forearm touches, it's over. If the knee touches, it's over. If the shoulder touches, on top, and then the hand goes on the ground, and then
the hand is okay, though.
The hand is fine, and what a heads-up play when it doesn't get any more important for a play like that if you're a Londonderry Lancer fan.
Meanwhile, Coach Ball is going to use a second timeout here.
Don't blame him a bit. He's got to get his defense.
19 seconds remaining. Londonderry with 2 big pass plays on this drive, both to Mason Paquette. The first from 24 yards, or 424. That last one adds up to a 30-yard gain. It sets up a 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
And the magic of this, Nick, is Coach Lozon has been able to work the ball down the field without using all of his timeouts. He can do anything he wants right now, and that puts loads of pressure on the defense. And I think that might kind of marble into why Coach Ball is calling his timeout, to make sure his defense understands there's many options on the table that Coach Lozon has, and you got to get them lined up. This game is far from over, but it's going to take a big defensive play to foil this offensive drive down the field. But the big key is that that timeout. He can stop it anytime he wants.
What is Coach Lozon thinking here?
I think Coach Lozon can try something that allows Cruz to get the ball in some open space off the flare. The question is, will Ogden keep it? Now, lately, the Ogden keeping it has worked. He's got a lot of yardage. I think you're going to see something like that. They have Villa. They have Villa right next to Ogden. This is interesting.
Both have taken quarterback snaps this year. They're going to stay with Ogden. He runs to the left, crosses the 5, slices. Flags are on the play. There's a big pileup. It is a touchdown if the play stands. The officials signal touchdown, but again, 2 flags.
Holding.
And this one is coming back. The Exeter fans cheer. The officials still going to talk about it. We have not officially heard yet from Jason Patch, our referee.
Yeah, okay, if we play that again, I think it's number 48 you're going to see right there. I think he's going to say that he held him. Boy, Villa just destroyed the whole lane there. This is a huge penalty.
It is a hold.
Regardless, it's a flag, and it's going to put him 10 yards back. So not only, Nick, with 9.6 seconds, does this affect the touchdown, but it also affects the distance this field goal is going to have to go and also to potentially win the game.
10 seconds just went off the clock, too. We're inside of 10 seconds now remaining.
So 3 big things happen there. They better make this play efficient.
First down and goal.
Yep.
From the 14-yard line. Ogden takes the snap, eyes downfield, going to escape to his right, still looking, going to fire out of the back of the end zone, incomplete with 3 seconds remaining, and now the field goal unit will trot onto the field to try to win the game for Londonderry.
And I'm going to say this is about a 28, 29-yard field goal, somewhere in that range.
Well, the football is at the 14, a little deeper. I'd say 31-32.
Okay, depends on how far up they go.
Yeah, Ogden looks like
20
he's going
to 32. You're right,
Nick.
Nick.
He's going to
The
set himself up for the hold at the 22-yard line.
wind down straight in his back, folks.
32-yard attempt, but first another timeout is called by Exeter. That's their their final timeout here, an attempt to freeze the senior kicker, Blake Thompson.
Give Sam Ogden credit, Nick. He had that time clock in his head. He knew exactly when to throw it out of bounds. It was not worth it. He made a terrific decision there not to throw that ball because you don't want to give up the chance in your own way with your own team to be able to create your own fate through kicking a field goal. Excellent head work by Sam Ogden.
Londonderry trying to get back to the championship game for the 5th time in 6 years. Exeter hoping to force overtime here.
Coach Ball done everything he can here, using those timeouts at opportune times. And here we go, folks.
It'll be a 32-yard attempt for the left-footed senior Blake Thompson. Ogden is the holder. Snap, hold, kick, up, and good!
Wow.
Londonderry is heading back to the state championship. They're going to hang away with a walk-off 31-28 victory, a 32-yard field goal for the senior Blake Thompson.
What a game.
Jubilee on the visiting sideline as Londonderry celebrates. Exeter going to catch their first loss in the semifinal round on the final play of the game. It'll be Londonderry and Pinkerton next Saturday in the Division I championship.
That was a very heady, Nick, offensive drive down the field. From the sidelines, saving that timeout for exactly the time they needed it, working it consistently, understanding, working it down the field. Then they had the adversity of the holding call, and they bring in the lefty kicker, Nick. How about Sam Ogden in that game, in that last drive, making the decision not to let that clock run out? He knew exactly what the time he had, made the right decision, trusted in his kicker, and then what does Sam Ogden do? Gives him a perfect hold for him to be able to fire it through. Big players make big decisions and big plays in big games. It's a shame anybody has to lose this game, but that's why it's so great, and that's why it's so meaningful. Londonderry going back for a Mac Plaque-oriented championship. Wow, what a game that is going to be between these two teams. We'll get back to, afterwards, talk about Exeter and Londonderry in the game at large, Nick. What a game. Boy.
An instant classic. Somebody has to lose is the old adage.
Yes.
And Exeter goes down swinging. They trailed at one point, 21-0 back in the first half. They rally back to tie the game twice in the second half, but in the end it comes down to the final drive, the final kick on the final play, a 32-yard field goal for Blake Thompson. A lot to get to when we come back. Stats, highlights, analysis, out-of-town, scoreboard, and more. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include discount tickets, cards, and calendar raffles to hundreds of local merchants throughout the New England area. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Colonial Printing is family owned and celebrating 50 years of quality print services for New Hampshire businesses and can help yours as well. Whether it's creative design, digital or offset printing, or banners and signs, with state-of-the-art technology, unlimited industry sources, and the ability to think outside the box, Colonial Printing will help you get your job done. To see their full list of services, promo products, and portfolio, or to request an estimate, visit colonialprintingnh.com. That's colonialprintingnh.com.
Jimmy Lozon bringing the Lancers back to the championship game for the 5th time in 6 seasons following a last-second victory here in the semifinals over Exeter. 31-28 is the final score. It comes down to the final kick, a 32-yard field goal from senior Blake Thompson. Londonderry looked like they were invincible in that first half. Scored 3 touchdowns on their first 4 possessions, led 21-0. A couple of 1-yard touchdown runs got it going. Sam Ogden and then Jordan Ball. And then Ogden to Wheeler through the air from 49 yards out. Add it all up, it was 21-0 about midway through the second quarter. Exeter, after going 3 and out in their first 4 drives, got the offense into gear just before halftime and got on the board with a 3-yard touchdown run from Daniel Batstone. 21-7 was our halftime score. Then Exeter really grabbed the momentum in the third quarter. They set up a short field for themselves twice. Both drives beginning at the Londonderry 49-yard line. They marched right down the field. Batstone with a 2-yard score and then the hat trick on a 4-yard touchdown. Tied the game at 21 with just 7 minutes gone by in that third quarter. Londonderry, though, they had the answer early in the fourth. Sam Ogden, his second touchdown on a 3-yard run to the right side. Lancers reestablished the lead 28-21 near the midway point fourth quarter. And then a dramatic drive for Exeter, which included a 4th down conversion through the air. Michael Caron hooked up with Batstone on 4th and long to keep the drive alive in the red zone. And then on a 3rd down from the 10-yard line, hooks up with Sam Dulac in the end zone. Jonathan Adams' extra point was good. And we were set for a dramatic finish, tied at 28 with just 83 seconds left. Londonderry had 2 timeouts. Coach Lozon working in concert with his senior quarterback, Sam Ogden. They go to the air. Ogden finds his classmate for 2 big catches. Mason Paquette, a 24-yarder, a 30-yarder on a heads-up play where it looked like he was down. He was not. He got up, kept going, ends up setting up his team with a 1st and goal. And then on the final play, with just 3.3 seconds to go, a 32-yard field goal for Blake Thompson. Goes through the uprights as time expires. Londonderry is back in the championship game for the 4th year in a row. It's their 5th trip in 6 seasons. They'll look for the state championship win over their arch rival Pinkerton next Saturday in what should be a game for the ages.
Well, I don't think anybody expected a runaway game, but boy, you talk about right down to the wire, razor thin, came right down to just, really who had the ball last, Nick, to be honest with you, on this. There was some incredible individual efforts in this game, too long to list on both sides of the ball, that brought it to this point. But both of these teams sold out completely everything that they had in this game. Somebody had to win, somebody had to lose. That's a sharp one. For anybody to walk away here the loser, it's got to be tough for Exeter. I just salute them as a program. Salute Coach Ball and his assistants for putting together this team this year. Came into this game undefeated and just did an incredible thing, being down 21-0 and tying this thing up at 21. Got to understand how difficult that is against a team of the caliber of Londonderry and the other 3 teams that made it to the semifinal dance. What a credit to them. I congratulate them on an excellent season. It's not going to feel very good right now, but boy, what a game that both of these teams on the field. There's nothing left on the sidelines. It's all out there. Came down to towards the middle of field battle, Nick, and Londonderry just methodically moved that ball down the field and got a holding call. Talk about adversity. Brought them back 10 yards, lengthened out that field goal, but nothing doing. The field goal team got it done, and the left-handed kicker, who's done it all year for them, was able to put it through the uprights, and they are going to play Pinkerton. What a rivalry these two teams have at any game they play.
Right.
But my gosh, in a championship, does it get any better than that? Bedford and Exeter, one last time, Nick, deserve incredible credit for incredible seasons. They're tough, they're good, and just terrific players. You saw it out there in the heat of this battle, both teams helping each other guys up. Just class players on both sides of the field here. And that comes from the coaches and the parents and the whole communities on the way down. So congratulations to the Londonderry Lancers. Jimmy Lozon has been on the other side of this,
right.
In championship games and such. Well, right now he can go home on this bus feeling really good. He's got another crack at a championship, and it's going to be something else.
You mentioned that Londonderry-Pinkerton rivalry.
Yes.
It's going to be the first time they meet in the championship.
I was going to ask you, historian. Yeah.
Since 1993.
Wow. That's history right there. That's what, 21 years. 31 years, excuse me. Pardon my math. And 31 years ago, and it's high time that happened again, and wow. I want to just, before we go leave, the celebration of the teams that in Division I that we've covered and Division II, and you're going to have a score on that, I'm pretty sure, too. Yep. Division II have just been fabulous. What a season so far we've had, and it's going to end up with a tremendous final with two teams that are potent and ready to go.
Speaking of, we have a new Division II champion for the first time in 5 years. Pelham's bid to 5-peat comes to an end as Souhegan tops the Pythons 20-11 is the final score.
Yeah, wow.
They win their second championship since 2000, so congratulations to Coach Boquette and the rest of the Sabres there. And Campbell, they do it in blowout fashion today. They are champs again in D3 for the second time in 3 years after downing Interlakes 48-7.
I still say they could play in Division II extremely competitively, Nick. It's really all up to them. They don't have to do it. But it would be what a Division II would make to add that team to the mix because I think they'd be right in there.
All right, a programming reminder. We will be broadcasting next week's Division I state championship game in conjunction with the NFHS Network. The only place you can watch it live will be on NFHSnetwork.com. 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 Of course, that does come with a subscription fee. We will release the broadcast 48 hours later on our YouTube channel, as we always do. But again, due to NHIAA bylaws, the only place you can watch the game live next weekend is on NFHSnetwork.com. Of course, our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire crew is producing the broadcast. Steve and I will be on the call, so we hope to see you there. It'll be Londonderry and Pinkerton. All right. Want to thank Kathy and her staff here at Exeter working with us, keeping an eye out for us, trying to shelter us from the wind, moving us indoors.
Thanks, Kathy.
We appreciate that for sure. Want to thank Don Boyle as well from the NFHS Network for our broadcast today. Working in conjunction with them is always a pleasure. Of course, our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire crew doing a great job as usual. John Barron spearheading the setup. Kristen Beals upstairs with us in the catbird seat. And down on the field in the end zone, Matt Beals doing a fantastic job as always. Of course, the whole thing orchestrated to perfection by the man behind the curtain.
Great job.
The Wizard of Replay, our director, Ben Beals, back in the Beals Insurance Studios. For my partner, executive producer Steve Beals, my name is Nick Anastas saying so long. Final score, final time, Londonderry 31. Exeter 28. This has been a presentation of our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance.